Good morning. Streaming something different today. It's gonna be something called a Library of Ruina. The desktop audio seems really loud. Oh, it doesn't do the audio changes until I exit out? Oh, come on. Kind of annoying. Alright. I don't know. But yeah, we'll be doing a new game that isn't Hyper Rush because I got so tilted last time. I can't... I'm so sad because I think that game is so cool, but I'm so bad. But the thing is, I actually like figured a lot of it out off stream, and I've done a lot off stream, so now I don't even feel right streaming it. But that's okay. I'm planning to finish Hi-Fi Rush off stream, and I am enjoying it actually. It is pretty fun now. I pretty much just learned that you can just spam parry because parry is like really broken, especially directional parry because you have like I have like 11 beats of invincibility right now, which is kind of insane. Anyways, yeah, this is Library of Ruina. I don't know that much about this game other than it's a card game, and I've gotten it recommended to me by a few different people, and I mean I like card games and. Yeah, people say I would like it, so I think that's good enough. So let's just get right into it. I don't know if it's voice acted or if it's like anything like that. I go out to the street, my hands in my pockets.
아직 이곳을 나갈 수는 없어.
I still cannot leave this place.
끝까지 나는 자유롭지 못하네.
Sounds Chinese. And what is this? Is the quality supposed to look like all fuzzy like this? Is it like that on the stream at all? Mine looks so fuzzy. I can't tell. I think it looks like that on stream too. I'm gonna assume it's supposed to be like that. I'm gonna look. Oh, hang on, I need to check stream. I'm curious, like, how if it's supposed to look like that. And maybe it's fine. I'm gonna continue, but all right. Even at the end of all this, I cannot be free.
분수에 맞지 않는 꿈을 품어서는
Am I not
안
allowed?
된다는
Oh.
거야.
It sounds like Chinese. Okay, yeah, it looks super fuzzy on stream too. Okay, I just want to make sure. I mean, of course it would since it's, you know, just my screen. Alright. Am I not allowed to have a dream that is beyond my means?
젠장 불안눈물.
Alright, is it supposed to look like this? It looks like kinda weird. I don't know. Damn it, the purple's here.
이딴 방식으로 일을 처리할 줄이야.
Can't believe this is how she handled it.
뭐가 어떻게 된 거야? 이 연기들은 뭐고?
What the hell happened? What's with all this smoke?
믿을 수밖에.
Guess I'll have to trust her.
한 번만 말할게.
Oh, there we go. Okay. I'll only say this once.
난 복잡하게 돌려서 말하는 것을 정말 싫어해.
Oh boy. Alright. I despise verbose and roundabout speech that doesn't get straight to the point.
그러니까 괜히 말 늘리지 말고 묻는 말에만 대답해.
So don't try to get wordy, just answer my questions.
물론 질문도 하지 마.
You don't get to question me either. Okay?
넌 어디서 그리고 어떤 목적을 가진 채 이곳에 어떻게 들어왔지?
Where did you come from? How did you enter this place? And for what purpose?
뭐야? 넌 누군데?
Intruder. Well, who are you two? And then she's gonna say like, no, you can't ask questions or something like that. I don't know. Oh, never mind.
울렁거리는데.
Oh boy, I'm suddenly getting all nauseous. Ah, my leg! Oh, wait, hang on. Oh, I should add this soundbite to the stream. Hang on. You guys know what soundbite I'm talking about? need this is 3 seconds long.
My leg! My leg!
That's a good soundbite. You know, that's from SpongeBob, the goat cartoon. Hey, welcome in, Pipe. How are ya? Pipe, my mod for the thing is going really well. Like, actually, if you want to test it, let me know. But I mean, if you want to be surprised for the first time when it happens as well, that's totally fine. But it's going pretty well so far. My leg!
난 경고했고 넌 어겼어. 다시 한번 물어볼게.
I warned you, and you crossed the line. Let me ask you one more time. You gonna check in about that later? Yeah, it's going really well. If you want a list of things I've implemented, I can send it to you. Or yeah, again, you can keep it a secret for if you wanted to be surprised when you saw it. I'm pretty confident in most of it. Yeah, it's been pretty fun though. Location inside the library. This gives me like Fata Morgana vibes a little bit, but not really. Kind of in terms of setting, but we'll see.
넌 어디서? 그리고 어떤 목적으로 이곳에? 그리고 어떻게 들어왔지?
Where did you come from? How did you enter this place? And for what purpose?
그냥 길을 걷다가 정신을 차려보니 여기였어. 어떻게 들어왔는지 몰라. 진짜 오른쪽 다리에서 피가 줄줄 나오잖아. 이런 영문도 모르는 곳에 올 생각은 전혀 없었다고.
It sounds like never mind. I was gonna say it also sounds somewhat like Korean in some points. I don't know Chinese or Korean, but I know some Korean words, but overall it sounds more like Chinese. I'm not actually sure what it is. Not yet anyway. I was just walking around and ended up here before I even realized it. I have no idea how I got here. Damn it. Blood's gushing out of my right leg. I swear I wasn't trying to trespass. I don't even know where this is. You barely even know English. That's what I'm saying.
난 오후 1시쯤에 대충 일어나서 무작정 13구 골목 어딘가를 걷고 있었고 이왕 나온 김에 목적지도 있으면 좋겠다 싶어서 이번 주 스페셜 샌드위치를 판다는 햄앤팡팡이란 곳에도 들리려고 했어.
What is this word down here? I woke up around 1 p.m. and started walking around the streets of District 13. Since I was just out and about, I figured I could go wherever I wanted. So I decided to drop by Ham Pong Pong. Heard they served a weekly special sandwich. You'll love to see it.
아무튼 당장에 빠져나갈 돈은 많지. 일거리는 없지. 1인 사무소라 해도 나 혼자서 어떻게든 먹고 살...
Anyway, I had bills to pay, got no jobs, had to make a living somehow as a one-man officer? I had bills to pay, got no jobs, and had to make a living somehow as a one-man officer? It's gotta be officer, right? I don't know. RIP! We're dead.
너무 길게 말했어.
I assume this is us.
나머지 왼쪽 팔과 왼쪽 다리야.
You dragged on too long. I'll be taking your left arm and your left leg next. Wait, did she cut it off? The right leg?
목적도 없고 이곳으로 오게 된 방법도 모른다라. 넌 누구지?
You have no purpose, and you don't even know how you got here. Just who are you?
그냥 평범한 밑바닥 해결사야.
Oh, wow, short game. Back to Hi-Fi Rush. I haven't made any progress in Hi-Fi Rush since I last played. I've been pretty busy. Well, busy is a strong word. The thing is that I don't. Whenever I want to play Hi-Fi Rush, I want to start earlier. But if it's like later in the night, and I'm like, I want to do something, I just start modding. And I'm like, I can mod for like whatever, but I can't play for like I can't play for a shorter amount of time. I want to play for a longer amount of time. Alright, Pipe. Directional parrying though is busted. And I have like a ton of iframes whenever I just parry. Cause I have the chip that increases iframes too. And I don't know if that's a play, but it's pretty good. Iframes are kinda good. Just an ordinary fixer who's hit rock bottom. What the hell is this place? And who are you? You never even used that one. What did you use? I'm curious. Unless it's a spoiler. Unless I don't have it yet.
한 개만 자르다가 갑자기 두 개를 가져가 버리는 건 반칙이잖아.
Wait, she's actually just taking the limbs? Did I end up getting Hibiki? Dude, I love Hibiki. It's so good. It does a lot of damage. Like, a lot of damage. It does so much damage. And the rhythm game like before Hibiki is like pretty easy, so. I think it was just battery related stuff and cooldown. Oh, for like your people? Gotcha. Just nukes the field, you love it. Yeah. Dude, also, yeah. Spamming and parry plus supports or whatever, or your assists, is pretty insane. All the assists are pretty good. And you can just like, their cooldowns are short. Though I feel like maybe Macarons is probably most useful for spamming. Obviously it has the longest cooldown, but I mean you could probably just like get a chip that decreases the cooldown pretty dramatically. Urgh. Come on. Taking two limbs at once is cheating.
질문은 내가 해. 이름은?
I'm the one asking questions. Your name?
롤랑.
Roland.
좋아. 이곳은 도서관이야. 그리고 아직 손님을 받기 전이지. 그런데 네가 갑자기 튀어나왔어.
You had battery and the one that lengthens combo time or something. Oh, interesting. Really? Are combos really that good? Besides, like, were you just trying to farm S ranks, or is it real actually useful? Do combos do more damage the longer, like, by combo I'm reading it as like the 20 hits thing. You just want the big letters. Fair enough. I'm not good enough for just big letters, so I have to do things that actually help me in combat. Good. Welcome to the library. We've yet to serve any guests. But then you suddenly appeared out of nowhere.
이곳에 초대받지 않은 손님은 절대 들어올 수 없도록 설계하느라 많은 수고가 들었는데 말이야.
It took me quite a bit of effort designing this library to ensure that no uninvited guests could enter, you see.
젠장, 내 팔다리가 장사 미천이었는데 새로 구할 돈도 담보도 이제 없단 말이야.
Damn it. These limbs were all I had. I don't have any cash or mortgages to get new ones anymore. You just buy limbs?
기절했군.
Seems he's faint. Oh, I fainted. Or Roland fainted. He probably could have gotten more use out of those, but there are just so many things to spend money on. There are a lot of money things to spend money on.
일어나.
Whoa! This library is huge! Wake up.
내 다리, 내 팔.
Whoa, she healed me! She healed Roland! My legs! My arms!
뭐야? 멀쩡하게 붙어있잖아.
Wait, they're all intact again?
이걸로 다시 팔을 휘두르고 걸을 수 있을 거야.
You should be able to swing your arms and walk again.
전에 몸보다 더 쓰기 편하도록 몇 가지 재구성을 해두었어.
I made a few readjustments to your body to make it a bit easier to use. What does that mean?
네가 무단 침입을 하기는 했지만 내가 일방적으로 와서 갔으니 그에 대한 사과의 표시야.
You're gonna be popping in and out of looking for a while. Got some stuff to do. Alright, no worries, Pipe. Thanks for stopping in. Hope you get whatever you need to do done. Although you did trespass on my library, I also took your limbs away without your consent. So I'm giving you these as an apology.
난 인내심이 많고 자상하거든.
I'm quite patient and generous, you see.
인내심이 많기는 개뿔. 이걸 고맙다고 해야 하는 거야?
Thankful my ass. Am I really supposed to be thankful for this?
그리고 아직도 경고가 유효한 건 아니지?
And your warning isn't in effect anymore, right?
그래. 네가 기절해 있는 동안 나도 몇 가지 생각을 해봤거든.
Nope, not anymore. I had a few thoughts while you were knocked out.
결론은 이거야. 너는 이곳에서 나를 도와줘야겠어.
And here's my conclusion. You'll help me out here.
뭐? 요즘 조직에서는 이런 식으로도 납치를 하는 건가? 아니면 이곳은 날개 중 한 곳이야?
What? Huh? Do syndicates these days kidnap people this way too? Or is this one of the wings?
특이점
What are
연구실은
the wings?
대상자들을 여기저기서 납치한다고 하는데
I heard rumors that they abduct test subjects from here and there for singularity research.
내가 아는 사람도 그런 실험의 피해로 차원을 넘나들게 됐다고.
An acquaintance of mine apparently began jumping between dimensions as a side effect of one of these experiments.
결국 내 팔자가 그렇지.
My life really is an unlucky mess.
여기는 도서관이야. 어떤 조직을 말하는지 모르겠지만 적어도 날개는 아니야.
This is a library. I don't know the syndicates you're talking about, but this place isn't a wing at least.
관심 없어. 뭐든 간에 난 여기에 갇혀서 무언가를 착취당해야 하는 거지.
Doesn't really matter. Or doesn't really matter. Whatever the case, I'm trapped here and you'll exploit me, right?
그래. 너를 살려두는 이유는 두 가지야.
Yes. I'm letting you live for two reasons.
첫 번째, 초대받지도 않았는데 이곳에 들어온 것에 대한 분석이 필요해.
First, I need an analysis of how you could enter this place uninvited.
이유도 모르고 너를 밖으로 내보내거나 살려두는 건 도서관에 있어서 크나큰 위험 요소야.
Sending you back or neglecting you without knowing the reason could pose a significant threat to the library. Okay.
뭐 이제 너도 내 허가 없이 나갈 수 없는 놈이지만
Really? I can't leave? I'm assuming I'm Roland, still. Well, it's not like you can leave without my permission anymore.
두 번째, 난 이제부터 도시에 대한 책을 얻으며 단 하나의 절대적인 책을 구할 거야.
Second, from now on, I will collect books about the city in search of the one absolute book.
이 과정을 도와주면 돼.
And I want you to help me with this process.
넌 도시에서 살고 있는 인간이니까 여러 가지 도움이 될 거라 기대하고 있어.
Since you are a resident of the city, I expect you to be helpful in various ways.
언젠가 이렇게 될 줄 알았어. 쥐도 새도 모르게 사람들은
Wait, what the
사라지고
heck?
고깃덩이가 돼서야 발견되고 그러니까.
I knew this would happen to me someday. People would disappear without a trace, only to be found as chunks of flesh much later.
조심성도 없고 운도 없는 녀석들이라고 비웃었는데 막상 당해보니 이건 조심성이고 뭐고 전혀 상관도 없는 거였네.
I used to laugh at those poor folks without being for being careless and unlucky, but now I see it has nothing to do with carelessness or anything. Huh? Just happens without a moment's notice.
목숨에 대해서는 걱정하지 마. 너는 이곳에서 내가 허락하지 않는 한 죽을 수 없어.
Don't be too concerned about your life. You're not allowed to die here unless I permit you to.
참 미치광이 연구소 같은 부류였나?
Damn it. So this was a crazy laboratory sort of deal?
산채로 옥수수랑 태엽 같은 걸 뱃속에 쑤셔넣고 입에서 팝콘을 쏟는 팝콘 기계 인간 같은 걸 만들려고?
Do you shove random stuff like corn kennels and clockwork into people's stomachs and turn them into walking popcorn, spewing popcorn machine men or something? All right, I don't know what the year it is, but all right, we know that popcorn machines exist. So
완전 꽝 중에 꽝이구만. 그냥 깔끔하게 죽여주는 게 더 나을 텐데.
this has got to be the worst. I'd much rather die and be over with it all.
앞으로도 또 그런 개소리를 하면 그 말대로 팝콘 기계 인간이라는 것으로 만들어줄게.
If you spout such nonsense one more time, I'll gladly turn you into a human popcorn machine as you so wish.
난 말 같지도 않은 소리에 일일이 반응하는 개짓거리를 너무나도 오래 반복해왔거든.
Huh, this doesn't sound like something she would say, but I've already gone through so many cycles of bullshittery, responding to every bit of meaningless rubbish.
죄송합니다.
This is definitely Korean. Okay. That's all I needed. Sorry, man.
정식으로 인사를 할게.
Let me introduce myself properly.
내 이름은 엔젤라. 이 도서관의 관장이자
My sister's name. My name is Angela. I'm the head librarian and director of this library.
엔젤라. 좋은 이름이네.
Angela. That's a good name.
그래서 내가 뭘 해야 하는데?
So, what am I supposed to do?
도서관에 초대된 손님을 응대해주면 돼.
Your role is to welcome the guests invited to the library.
내가 고심해서 작성한 초대장으로 손님을 부를 거고 넌 초대에 응해 이곳으로 오는 손님을 접대하면 되는 거야.
I will carefully determine what guests to invite and write an invitation accordingly, and you will entertain the guests once they accept the invitation and arrive at the library.
넌 실제로 도시에서 살았고 해결사 일까지 했다고 했으니까 다양한 손님을 더 능숙하게 접대할 수 있겠지.
I just want to see how deep this is. So this isn't very long. That's fine. Since you have actual experience working as a fixer, I'm sure you will be able to give the various types of guests a much better reception than I could.
뭐 그래봐야 퇴물이 된 구급 해결사지만 말이야.
I don't know what fixer means. I'm just a washed up grade 9 fixer though.
접대라는 것은 뭐야? 바람잡이나 웨이터 같은 일이라도 하는 거야?
What's this reception all about anyway? Do I catch their eyes or be a waiter for them or something?
말 그대로 입장한 손님들을 상대해주면 돼. 물론 물리적인 의미에서.
It's simple. You just have to deal with the guests in a physical manner, of course.
도서관이 손님들에게 시련을 주면 그 과정에서 책이 펼쳐지기 마련이야.
The library presents the guests with an ordeal, and books will open up in the process.
시련을 극복한 손님은 책을 얻을 자격이 있는 거지.
The guests who have overcome the ordeal will be deemed worthy to earn their books.
응대하는 과정에서 네가 죽고
Wait, so you're just giving books away?
도서관이 폐관하면 넌 다시 일어날 거니까 걱정하지 마.
There's a possibility that you may die in the process of reception, but it's only temporary. You'll get back up when the library closes.
이곳에서는 내 허락 없이 잠들 수 없으니까.
No one here may rest without my permission.
너 혹시 해결사한테 무슨 환상 같은 거 있어? 그것도 구급 해결사한테? 난 그렇게 다재다능한 해결사가 아니야.
Do you happen to have some weird fantasies about fixers? Aren't you expecting too much from a grade 9? I'm not as talented as you seem to think you know.
내가 할 바는 아니지. 매뉴얼은 준비해뒀으니까 방법은 적당히 찾아봐.
That's none of my business. I have prepared a manual for you, so go ahead and figure things out yourself. Okay, I clicked and nothing
읽어보니
happened.
대충 뭔진 알겠어. 그래서 이 초대장은 어떻게 보내주는 거야?
I think I get the gist of it now. So how does this invitation exactly work?
초대장을 펼쳐놓고 손님들에게 대접할 책을 등록하면 돼.
Open up the invitation and register the books you wish to serve to your guests. Okay,
그러면
and then? And next?
초대장은 자연스럽게 전달될 거야. 준비된 책이 필요한 손님들에게.
The invitation will be naturally sent to those who need the books.
그렇게 얼렁뚱땅 진행된다고?
That's it? Sounds a bit too easy.
초대장은 도서관과 마찬가지로 많은 정성을 쏟아서 빚어낸 내 작품이야.
The invitation is another carefully crafted work of mine, much like the library.
그래, 나침반 같은 거라고 생각하면 이해가 빠르겠네.
Yes, think of it as a compass. It would be easier to understand that way.
방향을 알려주는 그 나침반?
A compass? As in the tool that tells directions? The invitation is a compass. Right.
맞아.
Or like a compass.
초대장은 내가 얻고자 하는 단 한 권의 책으로 인도해 줄 거야.
That's right. The invitations will guide me towards the one book that I truly wish to obtain. Okay. How?
그리고 책에 따라 초대장이 붉게 변할 때가 있어.
And sometimes the invitation may turn red according to the books you've registered.
붉은 초대장은 이야기가 흐를 수 있도록 하는 손님들을 알려줘.
A red invitation indicates that it can be sent to the special guests who will unravel the next part of the story.
붉은 초대장이 의도하는 것과 어긋나면 이곳에서 멈추게 되는 거지.
I don't know if I'm following everything right now, but that might be fine. Until we register the books that match what the red invitation wants, our journey will be halted for a bit. Okay.
초대장을 받는다고 그 손님이 반드시 온다는 보장은 없잖아.
But there's no guarantee that the guests will always respond to the invitation, right?
있어. 그렇게 되어 있거든.
In fact, there is. They're destined to come.
그리고 손님들은 자신의 의지로 초대장을 받고 도서관에 입장하는 거야.
And the guests will accept the invitation of their own will and enter the library.
도시치고는 굉장히 점잖고 공정한 방식이네.
That's surprisingly polite and fair for something that takes place in this city. What city are we in? I don't know.
대부분은 타이에 의해서 동의도 없이 목숨을 잃기 마련이지.
Most of the time, people's lives are taken away by others without any consent or agreement.
아무튼 그래서 책들을 얻으면 어떻게 되는데?
Well, anyway, once we get those books, what comes next?
도서관은 창대한 가능성의 공간이야.
The library is a place of limitless possibilities. You'll pick the plot up as you go as something you think to yourself a lot. Yeah. I don't like it when it's so cryptic though. I know this is we're in like the first 10 minutes or like 15 minutes or whatever, so it's like not really the same, but there are some media where the story is like you have to piece everything together really precisely, and I'm not good at that. So I find it hard to follow. I'm not gonna compare this to that just because again we're in the first like 15 minutes, so it's like completely different. I don't think I'm supposed to know what's going on yet, but yeah. Some shows like that were like maybe Shinsekai Yori. I liked that show, but I don't know if I fully love it like everyone else does. Everyone loves that show, so.
나조차 아직 도서관의 무한한 공간과 힘을 헤아릴 수 없어.
Even I cannot fathom the infinite space and power of this library just yet.
그렇기에 책들을 통해 도서관을 채워가며 완성해 갈 거야.
That's why I wish to complete the library by filling that space with books.
그리고 손에 넣을 거야. 나와 이 도서관을 완성시켜줄 단
Why?
하나의 완벽한 책을.
Why will the one book complete everything? And I'll get in my hands the one perfect book that will complete me and the library.
완벽한 책이라. 그 책도 분명 내가 아는 책과 다른 의미의 책이겠군.
The perfect book, huh? I suppose those books are different from the ones I know. What?
Open the curtains.
Oh.
Lights on. Don't miss a moment of this experiment. Oh, the book is strange, like clockwork orange. Keep your eyes buttered till the end.
Right.
Which you are going to be. Inside the mirror, do you see someone else in the body? Transform me one hand, two hand, three hand. Turn around, say like a doggy. Till I finish my beat. Cut it off, cut down your nose. I'm a sober loyalty. It's gonna get you killed in the group of all convenient theories. For the puppets on TV, there's comfort in the streets. If you're gonna control me, at least make it interesting theatrically. When does it hit for me? Think I am done with everything. Now I'm ready to leave. Dragging out one line, two lines, three lines. Connect our hands when I no longer can live on knowledge alone. You gave me strength, hopeful curiosity. You're still happy, answers left for my discovery. What's the color of the electric sheep you see? And if you love me, can you love your everything too for me?
Yikes. All right. So one, I don't know if that song was in English because I chose English in the beginning of the game, or if that's always in English. But I'd kind of want to hear that song in its native language. I mean, I don't know who sang that. Wait. I'm gonna Google it. Library of Ruina opening song. It's sung by Mealy? Oh. Dang, I like Mealy too. Oh wait, unless this is not the English version. I'm gonna play it on from YouTube real quick.
Open the curtains.
Oh, sounds like that. Yep. Okay. Wait, Mealy did something else that I like. Let me see. Oh, Millie did Ender Lilies. That's right. I was gonna play our other music, but I don't think that, or their other music. I don't think that's actually allowed. So, yeah. It did just seem a bit odd, not like bad, just kind of strange. It sounded really a little too anime. I don't know. In terms of like the voice. The invitation. Dear guests, I formally invite you to the library. The library's books can provide you with all the wisdom, wealth, honor, and power you seek. However, an ordeal will await you in the library. If you cannot overcome this ordeal, you will be converted into a book yourself. Oh, I see. Okay, choosing guests. A reception begins by sending an invitation to guests whom you want to invite. You'll want to navigate to the question mark to begin this process. Okay. Oh, right here. Okay. There's a question mark right here, so I wasn't sure if it was the center one. Oh, wait. Okay, this just zooms. Okay, I can click and drag. Okay, got it. Once upon a time, select the episode you'd like to play. Okay, well, I guess I only have this option, so. Alright. Books of the day. I think you can read everything so far on stream, so. With this panel, you'll start the set of books required to start this episode. Okay. Book of something. What's up for grabs? The screen shows the list of books currently in the library's possession. Select the needed book now. Okay. Oh, it's red now. Okay. Continue along with the final preparations for the invitation. Okay. Lick and stamp. When you're ready to send the invitation, confirm your choice with the send stamp. With the send stamp. Okay. I don't know what all this means yet. Okay. I'm gonna send it though.
야, 꾸물거리지 말고 빨리 담아. 시바이 협회 놈들이 언제 올지 몰라.
Rat Pete. Hey, hurry up and scrape them up now. Those way goons might arrive any second.
나름대로 최선을 다해 담고 있는 거라고.
Lenny. I'm doing my best here.
이 자식 몸에 들어있는 게 요상하게 달라서 이쁘게 뜯어지지 않아.
I just can't seem to get a clean rip of his guts. The contents of this guy are weirdly different.
일단 신체 개조 시술은 들어본 적도 없는데.
I've never even heard of a body modification procedure that does this.
아무리 봐도 내장 상태가 이상해. 정말로 말이야.
So we got Pete, Lenny, and Mangchi. Something's off about these organs. They're looking really strange.
젠장, 발소리가 가까워지고 있어.
Damn it, the footsteps are getting closer.
깔끔하게 잘라낼 생각하지 말고 그냥 잡아 뜯어서 담기나 해.
Forget about clean cuts. Just pull them out and take them. We're just taking. This guy's just taking the guts.
이대로는 우리 모가지가 떨어질 테니까.
At this rate, our heads are gonna get nicely chopped off our bodies.
몸속에 왜 이런 게 들어있는 거지?
Why does he have this kind of stuff in his body?
뭐든 간에 일단 담아. 시간이 정말 촉박해.
Whatever, just take them. We're out of time.
얼추 됐어.
Oh, just about done.
튀어.
Now, run. Oh, wait.
아슬아슬했어.
So, are all these people gonna be the guests in the library, or is it just gonna be like one of them? We'll see. Phew, that was close.
간도 크다 피트. 치바이 협회 담당 구역에서
이런 짓을 벌이다니.
You're a bold one, Pete. Going for a gut harvest in a territory managed by this way?
우리에게 남은 건 이런 일들뿐이야.
This guy's got a shirt on that just says Rock Festival. Or is it Rock? Yeah. Wait. You can see his shirt now.
어떻게든 기어 올라가야
Oh,
돼.
I missed that line.
반드시.
These are the only jobs we have left. We have to climb up by any means necessary, whatever it takes.
내 꿈 알지? 언젠가 뒷골목의 손가락 중 하나가 되는 거.
You know my dream, right? To become one of the fingers of the back streets.
너같이 꿈 있는 애들은 요새 드물 거다.
I'll admit, it's rare to see someone with a dream these days.
우선 쓸어 담은 내장을 팔아치우자고.
Let's solve these guts we've hauled first.
버림받은 개한테 줄 상납금부터 마련해야 하니까.
We gotta prepare enough cash to offer to the stray dogs.
그래, 이번 돈이 그 조직 밑으로 들어갈 기회를 마련해 줄 거야.
The stray dogs. Stray dogs. Zwei. Fingers of the back streets. I don't know what all these mean. Like gangs or something? You saw the title and thought we were playing Shadowverse. You know, I thought about that. No, I thought about that when I wrote the title. I was like, you know, people are gonna think this is like an actual Weave card game. Like, yeah. Shadowverse is definitely the definitive one, right? You played Shadowverse, right, Shane? I know Alex did. Also, welcome in. How are ya? True. This could be our chance to join an urban legend class syndicate. These are all syndicates. Stray Dogs, Way.
자, 한번 수학 성과를 볼까?
Alright, time to check out the harvest. You tried it for a bit, wasn't bad. I mean, it's all about the waifus anyway, right? That's all Shadowverse really is. The gameplay is irrelevant. No, I hear the gameplay is actually good too, so it's fine.
야, 너희 장난해? 이거 제대로 담은 거 맞아?
Hey, is this a joke? You sure you scraped up the right stuff? I mean, his guts?
그래서 말했잖아. 제대로 된 장기가 들어있지 않다고.
I told you, this guy didn't have a single proper organ inside him.
나 무슨 엔케팔린 같은 약에 절여진 내장이라 생각했지.
I expected innards soaked in drugs like enkephalin. Please don't tell me this is a real word. I do not know how to say this word. At worst.
이건 이미 누가 여기저기 터뜨린 수준이잖아.
These are damaged too badly. It's almost like someone already blew them up.
우린 분명 마취제로만 처리했어. 전혀 손 안 댔다고.
We only doused him with anesthetics. Didn't do no harm.
이건 말이 안 돼. 그러면 이미 여기저기 내장이 터진 상태로 거리를 돌아다녔다는 건데.
This doesn't make sense. How could he have even walked around with these messed up organs?
혹시 그거 아닐까? 요즘 들리는 소문에 의하면 산채로 사람을 꿰어서 인형으로 만들어버리는 놈이 있다고 들었는데.
What if it's one of those? You know, rumors say there's a guy who skewers and threads people alive to turn them into dolls.
그건 나도 주워들은 게 있어서 알아. 하지만 이 내장을 봐라, 전혀 다르잖아.
Yeah, I've heard of that too, but look at the state of these things. Not the case at all.
그 인형은 살이나 뼈를 꿰매서 만들어졌다고 들었어. 그런데 이 자식은 상처 한 없이 멀쩡했다고.
I hear those dolls are made by threading flesh and bones together, but this son of a bitch didn't have any scars or stitches showing outside.
그러고 보니 목덜미에 동그란 주황색 문양 같은 게 있긴 했지.
Now that I think about it, there's a round orange symbol on the back of his neck.
문신인가 싶었는데 그런 걸 할 만한 놈은 아니었어. 일반적인 회사에 다니는 샌님이었으니까.
I thought it was a tattoo at first, but he didn't seem like the type to have one. He was a desk-working dweeb. What? Office workers can have tattoos?
문양? 문신? 젠장. 설마 이상한 벌집을 건드린 건 아니겠지?
Symbols, tattoos. Damn it! Please don't tell me we poked the wrong beehive.
그거 말고도
Besides that,
이런 종이 봉투도 몸 안에 들어 있었어.
he also had this envelope in his body. Is that our envelope that we sent? Wait, what? Oh, wait, we sent these people an invitation via this dead body? Is that how it worked?
봉투가 몸속에 왜 있어? 갈수록 태산이군. 이리 줘.
What the hell is an envelope doing in a human body? This keeps getting worse. Give me that.
도서관의 초대장.
Ah!
뭐야 이건?
This was us. We sent this invitation. An invitation to a library. What's this about?
책? 도서관에서 책을 얻을 수 있다고? 무슨 뚱딴지 같은 소리래?
Books? We can get books from the library? What a bunch of nonsense.
아, 결론은 꽝이네. 상납일은 내일이야.
There's a flop after all. The payment is due tomorrow.
정확히는 7시간 정도 남았어. 새로 내장 담기를 하기엔 빠듯한데.
We've got 7 hours to be exact. That's too little time for another run of gut harvesting.
이 초대장에 적힌 도서관이라는 곳으로 간다.
We're heading to the library, as the invitation says.
책이란 게 뭔지는 모르겠지만 선택지가 없어. 지푸라기라도 잡아야 해.
I don't know what this book thing is, but we're out of options. We gotta take any chance we get. What are these books you speak of?
이거 그냥 자살 행위 아니야? 어떤 곳인지 알고 간다는 거야?
Isn't this just suicide? We don't know what kind of place it might be.
상납비를 못 맞춰서 걔한테 죽든 치바이 놈들한테 잡히든 그게 그거야. 살고 싶으면 입 닥치고 따라오기나 해.
Can't be any worse than dying to the stray dogs of the Zwei Association. We're screwed anyway. Shut up and follow me if you want to live. Follow me if you want to live.
지금 본
Arnold? What was that we just saw? So, Roland and Angela, I think these are us. I mean, I think I'm Roland. I don't know. Angela's just someone.
초대장이 보여주는 과정의 파편이야.
Fragments of the invitation process.
방문할 손님들의 이야기를 엿볼 수 있지.
We can take a peek at the stories of our upcoming guests.
엿보기라니 취미 한번 고약하구만.
Didn't take you for a peeping Tom.
어떤 손님이 방문할지는 미리 알아두는 게 여러모로 편하잖아.
It's more convenient to know what kind of guests will visit us in advance, isn't it?
그리고 이건 내 뜻이 아니야. 초대장의 뜻이지.
Besides, this is the invitation's will, not mine. We haven't played the game yet. I want to play the card game.
그 초대장의 기능이 참 대단하네요. 엿보기도 하고 납치도 하고 범죄 특화 도구야 아주.
That's a splendid thing you got there, man. Prize upon people and kidnaps them too. A perfect tool for crimes.
이런 기능이 있다면 번거롭게 손님 받을 필요 없지 않아?
Heck, if the invitation can do all that, why don't we just skip the whole reception part?
그냥 훔쳐보다가 어디 함정만 설치한 방으로 강제 이동시켜서 죽이지 그래?
Can't we just teleport them right into a room full of traps or something?
그래서는 안 돼. 손님의 의지로 직접 이곳에 온다는 결과가 정해졌을 때에만 엿볼 수 있는 거야.
Okay. I cannot do that. We can only take a peek when it has been decided that the guests are coming here of their own volition.
초대장이 내 온전한 힘인 것도 아니고 나도 빌리고 있을 뿐이니까.
And the invitation's power isn't wholly mine either. I'm simply borrowing it.
그래. 도시에서 그렇게 일이 쉽게 풀릴 리가 없지.
Yeah, no way anything can go so smoothly in the city.
그나저나 절박한 손님들이네.
They're desperate guests.
혹시 저 문양과 터진 내장도 초대장의 효과 중 하나야?
Oh, this is interesting. This is an interesting question I didn't think about. Tell me, was the invitation responsible for that symbol and internal damage as well? The tattoo on the guy's back of the neck and then his damaged organs.
그럴 리가. 전혀 관계 없어.
What? Not a chance. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened. Okay.
초대장은 응당 받게 될 손님에게 도착할 뿐이야.
The invitation simply finds a way to those who need it.
그러면 저 요상한 일은 다른 누군가의 짓이란 거군.
That means those weird happenings were someone else's doing.
해결사 생활을 조금 하긴 했어도 저런 현상은 처음 봐서 말이지. 마치 유적의...
I've never seen that kind of phenomenon back when I was a fixer. It's like something from the ruins.
유적?
What are the ruins? Yeah, ruins?
나도 잘 몰라. 그냥 들은 것뿐이니까.
I don't know a whole lot either.
마법이라고 해야 하나?
I don't know a whole lot either. I only heard stories of it. Should I describe it as magic?
아무튼 그런 것들이 유적에 있다더라고.
That kind of stuff exists in the ruins, apparently.
뭐가 됐든 우리는 손님을 맞이할 뿐이야. 수준이 낮아 보이지만 어쩔 수 없지.
In any case, we simply greet our guests. They seem to be low class, but oh well.
저놈들은 뒷골목의 양아치나 떠돌이일 거야. 쥐라고 불러.
Excuse me. Those are probably a bunch of lowly gangsters from the back streets. We call them rats. Street rats?
조직이라고 부르기조차 민망한 어중이 떠중이들이지. 돈도 없고 힘도 없어.
Groups of half-assed thugs that barely qualify as a syndicate. They don't have money or power.
당장 하루의 벌이만을 바라보는 패배자들이야.
They're losers who only think about making ends meet day by day. What? That's so
내 얼굴에
mean.
침 뱉기 같은데.
Come on, man. I might have just roasted myself here.
뒷골목. 알고 있어.
The back streets. I know of them.
그래?
You do?
아는 사람 중에 뒷골목 출신이 있거든.
Someone I know is from the back streets.
뒷골목 출신이라고 특별할 건 없지. 뒷골목은 도시의 혈관 같은 거니까.
Well, that's nothing special, really. The back streets stretch all over the city like veins.
오히려 뒷골목 출신이 아닌 사람을 찾기 힘들걸.
Heck, it might actually be tougher to find someone who isn't from the back streets.
이곳이 도서관인가?
Alright, here are the boys.
생각보다 번듯한 곳이다.
And I think Lenny's a guy, but I don't know. So this is a library. Looks fancier than I thought. This library looks super fancy.
어쩌면 돈 될 만한 것들이 꽤 있을지 몰라.
Pretty sure there's a girl voice in though. Could be a bunch of valuable things here.
환영합니다, 손님. 이곳은 도서관.
Greetings, dear guests. This is the library.
저는 도서관의 관장이자 사서 엔젤라입니다.
And I'm Angela, the librarian of my rule's namesake.
이곳에서는 당신이 원하는 걸 찾을 수 있지만 당신의 소중한 걸 내놓아야 할 수도 있답니다.
You may find what you desire here, but you also may end up yielding your precious possessions to us. Oh, spicy.
네가 이거 주인이야? 여기서 원하는 건 다 가져갈 수 있다는 거지.
You the owner of this place? We're allowed to take whatever we want here, right?
정확히 말하자면 책을 얻을 수 있습니다.
Indeed, you may earn books to be exact.
물론 그럴 수 있다면 말이죠.
If you're able, of course.
책이란 게 과연 돈이 될까?
Are those book things really worth a lot though?
정보의 가치가 높다면 물론 돈이 되겠죠?
Of course they can be, if the information they hold is valuable.
망치! 우리가 지금 똥오줌 가릴 때야? 당장 뭐라도 붙잡아야 한다고.
Mangchi! Beggars can't be choosers. We gotta cling on to anything we can find.
그럼 부디 당신의 책을 찾으실 수 있기를.
May you find your book in this place then. Alright, okay. I don't know where to put my camera looking at all this information. Holy crap, this is a lot. You're told this is a card game. I was told this is a card game, Shane. Librarian info. Up here, you can see some bare information about the librarians who will participate in the reception. Roland, that's us, okay? Detailed info. In this section, you can view detailed information about the selected character. 30 health, 15 something, 1 to 4 dice roll. Normal, weak, fatal. Normal, weak, fatal. Yellow and red. Don't know what that means. Passive attribution. Passive attribution, nothing. We have some cards here. 9 cards to be exact. Light attack, double light attack, 2 light defense, charge and cover. Okay. Combat pages. Underneath you can check the list of combat pages or cards the selected character will use in the reception. Okay. All the details. So these are the enemies. Oh, what is blue? Wait, blue means I bet I can recruit you? This is totally just Fire Emblem guessing. I don't know if that's true at all. All the details. Info on the guests that have accepted the invitation to the library is shown here. Detailed info. In this section you can view detailed information about the selected character. Underneath you can check the list of the cards the selected character will use in the reception. Lights, camera, action. Select this bar or press the relevant button to start the battle when you have finished reviewing all available information. Okay. slash damage resistance, pierce damage resistance, and blunt damage resistance. Stagger HP, dagger resist. Oh, I see. So we have to get through this before we hit HP, I'm guessing. The stagger resist? Total guess. Speed dice, I see. Dirty blow, looks like 1 damage and 2 block. What is this? 2 to 3 piercing damage, 1 to 4 blunt damage for light attack. Bite off. Whoopsies. What have I done? No! Wait, what? Oh no. How do I go back? Do I have to redo that? Wait, what? Alright, hang on. Let me see how this...
아직 이곳을 나갈 수는 없어.
Oh no. I don't know what I'm doing. Alright, I have to send this invitation, I guess, again.
야, 꿈을
So let's skip this. Okay. Alright, so, okay. We're back to here. Okay, so all these characters have the same cards. They probably act as a single unit then. Interface not like the, I didn't get it. Okay. Remaining acts 1 of 1. So I think this is us on the right side. Okay, I'm just gonna click begin stage play and I'll figure it out as I go. This is interesting. The order of these is different. And I don't know what that means. Normal, weak, fatal, fatal, normal, weak. They all have 10 health and 5 stagger resist. Alright. What are... Oh boy. Alright. Alright, here we go. What are combat pages? This text describes the ability of the page, usually activated upon use. Okay. In combat, 3 types of offensive dice exist, each corresponding to a different damage type. This icon represents a slash damage type when an offensive die with this icon is played, a slash type attack will be performed. Okay. Same thing with pierce and blunt. Okay. Got it. Dice abilities. The ability of an action die. Hopefully I'm not. Okay. The ability of an action die, written on its right, may activate when the die is played, based on its condition. Most abilities activate when the attack hits the target, or the die wins in a clash against an opposing die. So on hit, inflict 1 bleed next scene. You started Wonderful 101 earlier this week and quit within a few hours because the interface is so bad. Really? Wait, what kind of game is it? Wonderful 101? This looks complicated, which is okay. I can learn this, that's fine. But I wish it were, hopefully the information is a little bit more staggered rather than all at once. That gets really difficult. Alright. During battle, using combat pages, using cards needs a resource called light. Energy, basically, okay? The amount of light a character currently has is indicated by the number of yellow icons above them. Ah, I see. So yeah, energy, okay? Best way to describe it is kind of like Pikmin with superheroes. Oh, that sounds kind of fun. It's too bad you didn't. Did you actually get to the gameplay stuff then? Because this is my first gameplay here, so. Alright. Determining speed. When the scene begins, Press the space bar to roll the speed die. Okay. Oh wait. Oh, I lost that message. Shoot. Don't look down on us just cause we're vats. Alright. Stay calm and cool your head. Alright, speed dice. A higher speed value offers the following advantages. If the enemy speed is lower than yours, you can redirect their attack to you. Characters with higher speed values will act first. Okay. Oh man, I don't know where to put my camera at all. Maybe I put it like up top during this. I don't know. A librarian speed dice. Please select the speed dice on a librarian. Okay. A librarian's cards. This is a librarian's hands of cards. Please select one of them. Okay. So they're all attacking me. Okay, so Mangchi, emotion level 0, is attacking, rolls a 1 and is attacking me for 1. I don't know what the blue icon means. Okay. I probably want to block some, right? So charge and cover sounds kind of good. Now select the speed dice from an opposing character to target them with the attack. Okay. So I'm doing 3 to 6 damage and blocking from 2 to 6 as well. This is attack Chi first, I see. No, we should attack the faster characters first, right? That's probably how it works, or better, generally speaking. Is there much of a difference between here? Not really. P and Lenny are basically the same. Quick mode. By pressing Q or clicking on the icon, you can toggle quick mode. Okay, top left. In quick mode, the action dice are rolled automatically during battle, allowing combat to play out smoothly. When quick mode is off, the player must manually roll the action dice in each engagement by clicking or pressing space. We'll place quick mode on, it's fine. Auto-selecting cards. With this utility, you can automatically fill the librarian's speed dice with the cards in their hand. Oh, interesting. Targets are randomly determined. This makes the battle proceed quicker at the cost of precision and strategy. Then you're not really playing the game. Alright, I got it. So this is like auto battle mode. Targeting display. My camera, please. These are visual indicators showing who the librarians and guests are currently targeting for attack. Toggle them by pressing 1, 2, and 3. Enemies, clashes, librarians on the keyboard or by clicking on the icons. Okay. I'm ready now. By pressing spacebar or clicking on the icon after the speed dice have been rolled, you can begin the combat phase. So 1 is them attacking me. 2 is me attacking them. 3 is... Oh, 3 is me blocking them? No. What? Clashes. Oh, clashes is who's attacking each other. I see. Okay. Cool. Interesting. Okay. So I only got 1 card to play. No, I can play. Can I play more? I've only used 2 energy, so see, I have 2. This costs 2 here, and then I have 3 things above my head, so I should be able to play another card. Maybe blocking is good. I don't know how much they're attacking. So they seem to be blocking for or attacking me for at most 2 to 3 damage, and the card I'm playing blocks for 2 to 6, so I'm probably okay to just attack. It's better to focus my damage. So, right now... Oh wait, I can only play 1 card. Can I only play 1 card? How do I I can only play 1 card at a time? Seems kind of odd. Okay. think I'm doing it right though. Okay. Okay, let's just initiate the combat here. One-sided attacks. When only one of the two opposing characters has dice to play, a one-sided attack occurs. This happens when a character targets an enemy that isn't targeting them back. Oh, I could have done this with, wait, could I have done this with Pete? I don't know. Pete isn't actually attacking me, he's just blocking this turn. Only offensive dice are played in one-sided attacks. The defensive dice will be retained until the scene ends or an enemy attempts a one-sided attack. What? Only one of the two? Okay. It's weird. I think I'm understanding, I'm not entirely sure though. Clashing. When both characters in an engagement have dice to play, a clash occurs. This usually occurs when the speed dice of two characters target each other. Retained defensive dice or a counter dice may also cause a clash. In a clash, the results of actions are determined by comparing their rolls. Offensive dice can only deal damage equal to the roll by winning the clash. Interactions between defensive dice follow the rules on the next page. Oh my goodness. Okay. Gosh. Alright, block dice. Winning a clash versus offensive dice completely blocks the damage. Deals stagger damage to the attacker by the difference in value. Okay. You love dungeon dice monsters? This is like, yeah. No, they're like, I think this game is gonna be fun and good, but they're too much information at once. Losing a clash versus offensive damage mitigates incoming damage by the roll value. Okay. So if you roll a 3 and block and you're taking 2, you deal 1 stagger damage to the enemy, and then you block all the damage. Otherwise, you take 1 damage if you block 2 and they're dealing 3, and that's it. Winning a clash versus defensive dice, deal stagger damage. Right, okay. Oh, versus defensive dice, not offensive dice. You could, wait, you can both do, you could both block and it'll deal stagger damage still? That's kind of interesting. Evade, this icon means evade. Okay, cool. Evade dice. Winning a clash versus offensive dice completely negates damage. The evade dice is retained. The evade die is retained. Oh, dang, that's good. It sounds good at least. Completely drawing a clash versus offensive dice, rolling the same. Completely negates damage. The evade dice is lost. Winning a clash versus defensive die. The character recovers stagger resist. Okay, cool. What? That was too fast. What's happening? That was way too fast. I don't know what just happened. And it seemed like the frame rate dropped a little bit. What? Stagger. A character may inflict or receive 2 types of damage. Physical damage and stagger damage. Attacks with stagger damage will reduce a target's stagger resist. Yellow gauge on hits. When stagger resist hits 0, the character falls into a staggered state. This is indicated by broken speed dice. Right here. Okay, got it. A staggered character will receive fatal damage from all forms of attack. Cannot act for the rest of the current and next scene. Cannot restore light at the beginning of the next scene. Cannot draw cards at the beginning of the next scene. A character restores 1 light after staggering an opponent. So I staggered these 2 unintentionally? Can I see what happened? Okay. Wait, do I initiate combat again or what? I took 1 damage that turn. Do I just click this? I don't know how to draw cards. Oh, this is so unintuitive. need to press space again? Oh, I need to press space for another speed die. I got it. Okay. I see. I'm faster, so I could just like deal damage, right? And break the stagger here. And then theoretically I would... Can I look at the tips again? Like... do I have to block this turn if I just stagger him is what I'm wondering. If I just light defense and attack one of these, I can take them out, right? Any damage they take while staggered will make them like incapacitated, basically. Is that right? I'm gonna try this. I don't know if this is correct. Wait, if I'm doing attack and defense, I may as well charge and cover. Okay, so let's try this. I don't know what's happening. Current emotion coins. I don't know what that means. Okay. I'm just gonna attack Pete. I don't know. Well, I did fatal damage to them. Wait, I did fatal damage to Pete. What does that mean? He didn't die. I thought fatal damage meant they're gonna die. I think I'm gonna kill Pete then? Or attack Pete again? Ooh. I need to... Okay. I have stuff coming my way. Oh no, Mangchi is just evading, so he's not actually attacking me. Only Lenny's attacking me for 1 to 2. I still want to prevent that damage though. I don't know how much... I don't know if you heal much, but... I prevent this damage. And try and kill Pete. Or I could try and kill... Lenny, actually. No, this... Because I'm only slashing for 1 to 2 damage. This is not going to kill... I'm not going to kill Pete because he's blocking. I'm not going to kill Lenny because Lenny's at 4 health. So I don't kill anyone here. Oh wait, unless I go first. But we attack at the same time. This is... Okay. I think I understand what's happening. I should be able to block / evade most of this. I'm just gonna call this good here. Cause I don't want to just like deal all damage here. Cause I'm gonna take damage otherwise. What just happened? I just took 2 damage? Oh, I took 2 damage because Pete broke all my block? I see. I think I see. Oh my gosh, this is confusing. Resolving books. Taking physical damage will decrease the character's HP, indicated by the red gauge. When the HP of a librarian or a guest is brought down to 0, they will die. Guests who meet their demise in the library will be resolved into books. The higher the guest's emotion level was, the more likely they are to yield books in greater quantity or quality upon death. Even if a librarian dies during combat, they will rise again once the reception is over. Alright, Mangchi, I think it'd be a lot faster and safer to find a new body. Pete says, I guess I was just a fool who dreamed too big. Lenny says, don't really care if you die. Alright. I better not get impatient and get things done for certain. Ooh, rolled a 1. Okay. And no block. Alright, I'm taking at least 1 to 2 damage here. I may as well try and kill Lenny before they attack them. With focus strikes. I don't know, maybe I can kill them before they attack me, and then I'll just take the attack from Mangchi. Kinda weird. Okay. Okay, good. Ow! That was a lot of damage. I took 4? Wait, why'd you deal so much damage? I told you it was a bad idea to walk in here. I didn't steer for the bottom my whole life just to die like this. Wow, that guy almost turned the tide and got me there. My heart's still pounding. Not really. Okay. I still have no block. Hello? Well, yeah, I guess you're only attacking me for 1, but still. This is really hard to follow for me. Current call for the reception of rats. Victory. Okay. I need to... Oh, I did not understand what's... I understand what's happening, but I can't follow like every single step of the way. I think that is hard for right now. Spoils of battle. You can check... Maybe I should turn off quick mode then. You can check the books you have obtained from the reception here. If you have failed the reception, this part will show the books you have lost instead. Accessory to success. You can check the battle symbols your librarians have obtained from the reception here. The battle symbols. Call in the curtains. Now it's time to conclude the reception and exit the stage. Alright. Floor of General Works. The Pied Piper. Roland Headwear 3, HP +1. Determined Challenger. 2% chance to boost stagger damage of each type by 1. By +1. It's got a bunch of Book of Rats. What does that mean? I can't do anything with them. It's a very jazzy song. So we see the books, but we can't do anything with them. Okay. Alright, let's
조직에
have them come
속하는
back.
것이
Alright, I don't know what just
중요한
happened.
일일까?
I'm gonna turn off quick mode, I think, for the next fight. So then I can understand. Then I think we can see things step by step. I think that'll be a lot easier to understand for me, like what's going on. Okay, Angela. I wonder, is it so important for them to belong to a renowned syndicate?
도시에서 살아가려면 어쩔 수 없어. 조직이든 어디든 간에 자신이 속할 집단을 구하지 않고서는 살아가기 힘든 곳이니까.
It's all part of the city life. You have to belong to a group, be it a syndicate or anything else. Living in the city gets too tough otherwise. Floor of General Works open. You can now select the floor of General Works during reception. A new assignment has been added. The pleasure to burn. In this section you can burn the books that you have obtained. But why? What if I click Credenza? Scenes of Patron Librarians. Small stories. Check the episodes of brief interaction between patron librarians. You watch the episodes of stories of your patron librarians. Patron librarian stories. In the credenza, you can read and review various story contents. Press each tab to switch to the list of stories you'd like to see. This is so crazy. There's so much going on here. Okay. Click on a group of guests and then click on the on an episode. Click the story chapter and guest group. Select the page whose story you'd like to read. Read the story of the selected page here. Okay. Gotcha. What is Keter? I don't know what that means. I can't click on anything. Oh. what's your post-battle story?
조직에 속하는 것이
도시에
Oh, that was not much of a post-battle story. Okay. Alright. Burn books. What lies in the pages? You can see what the books in your possession have to offer before burning them. These books are also used for inviting the guests of subsequent episodes, so it's recommended to keep at least one copy in your possession. I have 9 Book of Rats. From the ashes, you can check the list of items that can be obtained from burning the book. Getting fired up. Press the relevant button to begin burning your books. You can burn up to 20 at a time. Oh, interesting. Okay. And I can increase that? No. This is only burning one of the books. Alright. I'll be right back real quick. I need to go to the bathroom. And refill my drink. I'll be right back soon. Alright. Okay. So if we burn one of these books, we get all these. This is kind of a lot. So we should just do it. Alright, spoils of burning. When you burn books on a floor, you'll see a lovely animation in that floor's color, and you may randomly obtain pages of that book. Burning a book yields different pages each time, based on chance. There are two types of pages you may acquire from books: key pages and combat pages. Key pages constitute a librarian's physique. They serve as equipment. Oh, okay, sick. We get gear! Combat pages are cards and techniques used by librarians in battle. Right, okay. The variety of a page ranges from paperback, hardcover, limited to objet d'art. I don't know what that means. Pages of higher grades are more powerful, though rarer to acquire when burning books. You have no idea what's going on in this game. You mean from a story perspective or gameplay? Or yes. The story is different, though. Gameplay, I don't really know either, so we'll see. The story is that we're Roland, and we woke up in a library with Angela, and Angela, it seems to be very in control of the library. Like, she killed us, and then she burned us back to life. Why are we burning books? That is a good question. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why we're burning books. The ultimate goal is to find. Angela wants to find a specific book, but I don't know what burning accomplishes in that goal. Key pages have a set limit of how many can be owned at once, which depends on rarity. So we got Kenny's page. He has 42 health, or Lenny's page, not Kenny. Oh, they all have 42 health? Okay. Oh, does that mean these are all librarians we can use now? Cause that's kind of dope. Rad's Guide to Survival. Wait, these are way better than when they were playing it against me. On hit, inflict 1 bleed next scene. What is a scene? Is that just next turn? Finally a break from work. What's up, John? Dude, John, this game is really confusing right now. I do not know what's happening. And that's maybe okay. But I just burned my first book. John, why are we burning books? I don't get it. So if I burn 2 books, none of the values on the left side change. To get cards. But that doesn't make sense. Lore-wise, that doesn't make sense. All about the cardboard crack. Yeah, alright, so they said that it's recommended you at least keep one of the books. So I'm gonna keep 2 for now. I'm just gonna burn 6 of them and see what happens. Let's just check it out, okay? Alright, well, we just got a bunch of pages for the characters. And so what does these give? Why do we get... I don't know, man. That's a lot of cards. Oh, the numbers on the left, the max number you can pull. I see. Oh, dude, we're gacha? We're getting some gachas now? Alright. Alright, so we got like a bunch of character pages and everything. Different speed values, different resistance. Yeah. Okay, let's just read what's up for these characters. I don't know where to put my camera. I don't know. They're everywhere. This game has no unused space. Lenny's page. Alright, want to hear a secret? This is kind of embarrassing, but I used to have a dream once, like Pete does now. Yeah, I know. I'm still younger than him with a long future ahead of me. Well, what could I do? I'm dead. I killed him. Life's too rough for that. Others say that rats are a pathetic bunch who are too incompetent to join even the smallest syndicate, let alone a wing. Filthy losers who feed on junk and leftovers, not making any effort to change. Back when I was a young kid, I didn't like that. I thought I was better than those rats, so I decided to get into an examinee town. Little did I know that it'd be the one choice I'd regret the most. I begged and nagged at my parents, wanting to achieve that stupid dream. How'd it go, you ask? Seems you're just as stupid, aren't you? I wouldn't be hanging out with these folks if I made it, now would I? There's so much love in this game. There's so much lore in this game. And you still have questions. I'm sure there's a lot of love and lore, yeah. I mean, it's cool. It's just kind of a lot right now. And I'll get into the swing of it. Don't you worry. Especially the gameplay. I had no idea what I was doing during combat. There's too many different, one of the problems is I had quick mode on. I need to turn off quick mode so I can see everything step by step, I think. What I'm saying is, dreaming won't do jack shit for you. They didn't end up here because they gave up trying. Hell, they wouldn't have set foot on this gut in the first place if they had what it takes to achieve their dreams. You get it now? Piece of huge idiot. Munchie's page. Alright, did you know? There's graves for each alley in the back streets. Funny, ain't it? Trash and a trash can are grading each other. The parts that are under the protection of a syndicate, office, or association are pretty safe. Sweepers can't raid those streets easily. Putting the people who live there in a different grade from those who don't though is pointless. Honestly speaking, sure it's a bit safer over there, but we're talking about the back streets, get it? You know what's funnier? Even kids would group themselves according to what part of the streets they live in. They'd even shun the others whose clothes or manna didn't fit their turf style. I had no choice but to accept the sad truth. You wondering how things were in the alleys I lived? Couldn't afford to pay protection fees to a syndicate, so the sweepers came down at night and collected most of my neighbors. Whoa! Does that mean they just die? I had to witness them take chunks of flesh out of my parents and brothers while they were still breathing. Don't pity me though. My story ain't nothing special around here. That's wild. Peeps page. There's not a lot of peeps who hang around in this back streets alone. It's cause that's just madness. Weak and dowdy folks gotta band together to survive. Get into a small syndicate or anything and make a living somehow. Some ignorant fool makes a scene in the back streets on their own and they're just making themselves a target as soon as others notice they're alone. That's why we move in groups. We're called VATs for a reason. We crawl about the darkened packs and jump at prey for the chance to bite them apart when we spot one. So, you wondering if we rats have any dreams? I guess belonging to a proper syndicate, if any. We're just too tacky and amateurish to be called one. We hate being bound to rules, so hell will freeze over before one of us joins an office. And no rat I know would move to an examinee town and study for wing entrance exams. Those nerds at examinee towns ain't too different from rats like us. We're all dreaming silly dreams that'll never come true with our petty skills. An office, a wing, a syndicate, or whatever. Think it's an easy task to belong to a decent group? People just accept what they got and live on. But still, I wanted to have a dream. Rip. Alright. Sweepers are a key group. Okay. The sweepers. There's the sweepers, and then there's the sweepers. There's another one. This way? Something like that? I don't remember. Alright, we don't need to burn any more books, I presume. Invitation? Are we inviting someone? Okay, so it goes upwards, not downwards. That's fine. What's at the library? Librarian slots. Please move over to this panel and select the library on this floor to move to the combat page list. Gotcha. What is this? What is Keter? What is Keter? I don't know what that means. Okay. I think we're just clicking this for the next invitation. That's your floor. Okay, got it. We're on the Keter floor. Floor of General Works. I think we're good to go to the invitation. Alright, let's just do it. Book of Rats, that's what we need. Alright, sending the invitation. Here we go.
에휴, 오늘도 공쳤네. 이런
아.
자질구레한 일이나 하려고 개고생하며 해결사가 된 건 아니라고.
Alright, Fixer 1, Yoon's office. I don't know who that is. Or I don't know who Yoon is. Or I don't know if that's a person. Boiled again. I didn't go through all the trouble of becoming a fixer to do mundane chores like this.
이 바닥이 다 그렇잖아. 선택받은 몇 명만 위로 치고 올라갈 뿐이지.
I don't know if it's the middle one or the left one who's talking here. I'm assuming the first one was this huge dude. You know how it is. Only a select few get to rise up in the ranks.
그래도
어,
작은 일부터
Finn.
착실히 해나가면
Alright.
빛이 보이지 않겠어요?
Alright, oh, so Fixer 1 is the guy, Fixer 2 is the woman, and then Finn is gonna be the invited. These two don't matter. Okay. Finn. But still, we might see the light one day if we start out with smaller tasks, don't you think? You can cancel the invitation and not lose the book, as long as you haven't started the battle. Oh yeah. ANFLD Fixers. I don't know what that means.
그런 낙관적인 성격은 참 부러워, 핀.
And Fixers, right, okay. I envy your optimism, Finn. I don't think oh. You can cancel the invitation and not lose a book. I don't know when that would be super relevant, but that does make sense, right?
아무리 그래도 밤이 오기 전에 잃어버린 고양이를 찾아주세요라는 건 아니지.
But a request like, please find my lost cat before night falls is seriously not it.
허접한 사무소는 쓰레기 같은 일만 들어온다니까.
Garbage offices get garbage requests.
그래, 핀. 너도 이런 일이나 하려고 해결사가 되려 했던 건 아니잖아.
What does a fixer mean? I don't know what a fixer means. They fix things? I can fix it. Fix it, Felix. Yeah, Finn, you probably had better things in mind when you became a fixer.
좀 더 큰 물에서 놀아야지.
You know, a bigger field to play on.
열심히 하다 보면 언젠가 괜찮은 사무소로 이적하거나 협회 직속 해결사가 될 수 있겠죠. 그러면 팔자가 좀 피게.
I'm sure I can move to a nicer office or become an associate fixer someday if I keep working hard. Then I might.
어? 주머니에 이런 봉투가 들어 있어요. 초대장이라고 적혀 있네요.
That's odd. There's this envelope in my pocket. It says the invitation. Once you get another floor and decide you want to use that one versus the current one, you can back out to customize. Oh, I see. I think I understand.
냄새가 나.
Maybe I don't. Smells fishy. I mean, that's for sure.
이런 일은 그냥 넘어갈 수 없지.
Wait, how many Smash memes have been made of this? Like the envelope you get invited to Smash? You know what I mean? Oh, that's pretty funny actually. Can't overlook something like this.
게다가 적힌 말대로라면 저 책이란 것은 몇몇 협회에서 꽤 흥미를 가질 수도 있을 만한 물건으로 보여.
Besides, if what's written on the invitation is true, those books would be of interest to several associations. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I don't know exactly what time period it is. It looks relatively current, but I don't know. Some books are worth a lot.
흥미로운 건 사실이지만 도서관이라는 곳에 뭐가 있을지 모르잖아요.
It is interesting, but we don't exactly know what's in the library, right?
우선 사무소에 보고해서 정식적으로 일을 처리하도록 하죠.
Wait, it's kind of messed up. We're just inviting this guy. We're just inviting Finn to the library, and then once he's in the library, we're gonna kill him. It's pretty messed up. We should report this to the office first and take care of it formally.
누구 좋으라고 그런 쓰레기 사무소 패를 불려줘. 안 갈 거면 우리라도 간다.
Into a book. That's also still messed up. Wait, what is Angela's agenda here? I think we're the bad guys. Shane, you said this earlier. I think we're the baddies. Yeah, I'm a serial killer or something like that. I ain't about to feed a garbage office that won't feed me. We're going first if you don't wanna.
해결사라는데 아는 사람들이야?
They call themselves fixers. Do you happen to be friends with them? Who uses a semicolon?
어? 아, 해결사라고 해서 서로 다 알겠거니 하는 건 말이야.
What? Look, assuming all fixers know each other is
길 가던 사람 붙잡고 아무나 집어서 아는 사이냐고 물어보는 거랑 똑같아.
It's like picking two random pedestrians and hoping they know each other.
둘 다 같은 인간이니까 서로 알지? 라고 물어보는 거랑 다를 게 없다고.
Your question is basically asking these two strangers. You're both human, so you must know each other, right? You get what I mean?
해결사들의 종류와 수가 정말 많다는 거네.
I should expect to see many different kinds of fixers if what you're saying is true. Goodies don't burn books. Nope. That's true.
그런 거지.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. Pretty much. Okay. Oh, we're fighting the fixers, not Finn. Interesting. Okay. Okay. So our attributes on the right side for Roland haven't changed. So, just wanted to show that for a sec. Unless the book is like possessed by a demon or something, like the Necronomicon, right? Or wait, Shane, what's the book in Evil Dead? Wait, these are the same cards we have? These are the exact same cards that we have. It is indeed the Necronomicon. So proud. Well, you can stop being proud because Necronomicon is something... I know Necronomicon better from something else. Right, Pipe? By the way, you think you might be able to get a second page slot by completing the previous menu? Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean by completing? Where it said click on Roland. Oh! I see. Wait, so if I... Okay. So not up here, but here. Okay. Okay, I see. So these are all the same. No, they're not. Their stagger order is different, which I don't know what that means really. I'm gonna pick Lenny though. Lenny seems cute. It's not technically from Evil Dead either, but you knew it was in Evil Dead. Yeah, I gotcha. You instantly just thought about Spire. Yeah. You can assign a page then customize it, but Roland has a set page, you think? Okay, let's equip this and see what happens. So what we did was we equipped Lenny's page. We still are Roland, but we have Lenny's stats now, which were better than Roland's. But what about... Okay, and so for the cards... I see. Interesting. Okay. Whoa, whoopsies. I can evade. That's my only card. I have to build his deck, right, okay. How do I unequip it? Okay, click. How many cards? I can have 9 cards. Alright. So I was only able to play 1 card at a time. I don't know if that's correct, if I was doing something wrong. But... And if that's the case, I just want the more expensive cards, generally speaking. Probably, right? But I also want some good blocks. Like, charge and cover is good. Light defense is still alright. Ooh, this is good. Rat's Guide to Survival is good. You'll give advice if I ask, but otherwise I'll stay quiet. We'll see during the combat segment, because during the combat segment it's a little bit confusing, but... So I have 2 Dirty Blows, 2 Rat's Guide to Survival, 2 Gut Harvesting. Cards that block seem good. I don't know. Maybe I'm dumb. Equip 2 more cards. Scatter away. Double evade is kind of good. Let's try this. Okay, I'm gonna save this as... Wait, can I call it something else? No, I cannot. Okay. Lenny. Basic? I don't know. Sure. Okay. So we're using Lenny's page. Enhanced pages. Okay, so we don't have any of these yet. Okay, so let's just use this for now. Okay. So let's call this. Let's just start fighting. I don't think I have another librarian yet. Let's turn quick mode off once we get this out. Heightened emotions. As the battle progresses, the emotional tension of the librarian and guests will be heightened. Blue means positive emotion points gained upon winning a clash or having advantages in battle. E.g. defeat an enemy. Okay. Negative emotion points gained upon losing a clash or suffering disadvantages in battle. Losing an ally. Heightened emotions too. As the emotion levels of characters rise, the overall emotion of the teams they belong to will be heightened. When your team's emotion level goes up, you may choose an abnormality page to use at the beginning of the next scene. What is that? What is an abnormality page? We haven't seen it yet. Okay. They look stronger than I expected. This is the fixers. They look stronger than I expected. Still, we can beat them, right? I may be a no-name, but at least I have the guts to get here. You really are a no-name. Is that fourth wall breaking? I don't know. Some cards utilize emotion levels. Gotcha. Biorhythms? Yeah, I guess so. Let's go easy now. Best not to complicate things too much. Okay. So let's turn quick mode off. Roll a 4. Let's go. And these guys are both... Okay, so... This fixer is just evading. This fixer is blocking, evading, and attacking. So it seems like blocking a 1 to 4 is pretty good here. And gut harvesting just seems like a good card here. Alright, so I'm gonna attack. You guys have the same status of 10 health, 5 stagger. So it doesn't matter who I... It does matter who I attack in that their staggers are different. No, their staggers are the same. I think. I don't know if I don't know exactly what everything means yet, but okay. So I think this is okay. Each card will fight versus the other card. Yeah, I got that. And we're gonna clash. I got that. So, I don't need... So one thing I don't know is if I... Theoretically, if I'm blocking for 4 via my card, and he's attacking for 2, and so I have 2 block left, and if she's attacking for 2, would my block carry over to her attack? That's something I don't know exactly. But we'll see. I'm just gonna initiate this, and we're gonna turn on quick mode. Bottom isn't doing attack. Yeah, I know. Okay, so you rolled a 2 for... No. You haven't rolled yet. Okay. So I rolled a 5 for the attack. And so what just happened? Why did I just deal 7 damage and break stagger? He lost his stagger and I did the damage? Why did I do both? So I attack again because that's what the card says. And this should kill him. So he's stunned now. But why do you take 7 damage on top of staggering? So the stagger is not the same. Staggering is not necessarily a blocking. It's based on the resistances, right? Okay. But he's dead. That makes sense. And you didn't attack me. Okay, this is fine. I didn't read that. I didn't know this place would be so scary. Shouldn't get agitated no matter how tense the situation might be. I'm literally killing these people for no reason. Select the enemy. Yeah. So it seems like I don't know exact. So fatal. So fatal, if I pierce damage her, it does a lot of damage. Is that what I'm reading? And then blunt is less good against her. Fatal will, okay, I see. That's fine, that's okay. Understood. I rolled a 4 again. Okay. So basically, I want to do pierce against you. Pierce or slash. Slash is probably okay, but pierce seems really okay. Really good. You're attacking for a lot of damage, actually. I kind of want to just block a lot. Because I don't know how much, like... I see, so I'm always trying to preserve health because, Inspire. Preserving health is good because you don't heal very often, but it seems like between last round and this round I healed, so I don't know if that is exactly correct for me to always be blocking. Because I could probably just kill her with this. I might be able to break her. Oh, another thing I don't know is, so she has 2 actions on this, a pierce and a blunt attack. And if I play this, I have 2 slashes and a pierce. So I don't know if it goes me, her, me, or me, her. Let's test this out, actually. I'm not exactly sure. So, I should break her, stagger here, and she should get stunned through this. And a Clash of Stronger roll goes through, right. Yeah, that's what I would guess. But again, I don't know how good saving health is. Because in Slay the Spire, you pretty much always want to save health if you can. Weak fatal. And I'm weak to pierce, but I'm fatal to blunt. Yeah, okay. Let's just see. So I pierce first, or I slash first, and stagger her. Okay, so I rolled a 4 and it dealt 6 stagger. Is that 50% damage? Weak might be 50% more then, and then fatal might be 100% more. I'm guessing. This just kills. I wanted to climb higher than this. Okay. I didn't get a very good emotional state out of them though. That's okay though. Fatal damage is 100%. Yeah. Okay, that's what I would guess. And then weak is 50%, seems like. Okay, I'm starting to get the game. And then we have the loot, and then that's just it. This is interesting. This symbol in Korean means you, not yoon. The thing was yoon office, not you. And this just means you. No, it doesn't mean you as in like me and you. It just means like you as in YU, not yoon. Alright, librarian slash people. Okay, I don't have more librarians yet. Click roll in, okay. Current deck setup, yeah, okay. This is a list of combat pages owned by the player, okay. All my cards. Okay, this is good. Key page info. And all I have are the rats pages. Librarian info. Battle symbols, don't have any gear yet. You jump from the librarian tab, librarian information tab to the combat pages tab here. Okay. Gotcha. Now let's burn books here. Oh, how did I get to the screen in the first place? It wasn't from the invitation. Is it from the library? It was from the library. Okay, cool. Credenza, I have nothing additional because I have not burned any additional books. I have no story for these fixtures post-battle. Alright, this is crazy. There's a lot going on here. Oh, I didn't lose the Book of Rats, even though I used it as an invitation. That's interesting. Okay. Whoops. Wait. Wait, so burning all these is not, doesn't do anything compared to just like burning one. Okay, I see. So I may as well just burn one at a time here. Is that what I'm reading? These are the rewards for burning. Okay. Keep 2. I'm gonna burn 1 for now and see what happens. Keep 2 is good practice. Okay, yeah. This is like freaking. I'm like rolling a gacha or something, I swear. Except it's not actually a gacha because I know what rewards I'm getting. Generally speaking. Alright. A Yun office fixer, 43 health, 22. Ooh, we have a passive ability. Slash of a grade 9 fixer. And these are the same. Okay. 50% chance to boost slash damage by 1. Okay. Alright. This is cool. So if I burn another one, I'll get 2 more of these. I don't necessarily need these anymore of these because I have the pages again. I'll burn 1 more and see what happens. I kind of still want all the cards, at least a couple of them. Yeah, I can't get more pages, but I can get more cards. I don't have any of these cards yet. I only got Wallop, Thrust, and Preemptive Strike, maybe? I don't know. Basically, I only got the ones that weren't 2 out of 2, it seems like. Quickness. What is the 0 cost one? Dodge and Strike. 0 cost cards seem kind of not great. From what I could tell, you can only play 1 card during the... Unless I was doing it wrong. Maybe I should look at that again during the next combat. Alright, let's read some books. Alright. A Yun's office fixer, page 1. The Society of Fixers is built entirely up on meritocracy. Meritocracy? The greater you are, the higher you can climb. On the other hand, if you don't have the capacity, you should be thankful for any org that accepts you and stays low. And stay low. Thing is, capability can mean many things. For some, it could be physical strength, and others might have superior intelligence. It seems kind of unfair to me that they make arbitrary evaluations of a concept that can be taken in so many different ways. Not that I think I have some hidden talent that deserves a better grade or anything, though. I do feel a bit upset, but I think I'm at the right place. The jobs I usually do are looking for lost cats at night. You can tell how low my spot is, yeah? I'm not a huge fan of the jobs I'm doing right now. Of course, I mean, sure, I wouldn't say no to some flashier requests. I just accepted to carry on with my life. Fair enough. Alright, I'm starting to get the game. I'm starting to like it. I mean, like it more. This is sick. I still need to understand combats better though. 0 cost cards are good if you want to regen or conserve light. Wait, what is... Why would you want to conserve light? Oh wait, do you get back your light at the end of a turn? Maybe that's something that I was maybe that's something I was misunderstanding. You don't always get it back. I see. All right, let's talk to Finn. We just killed Finn's employees, the no-namers. So we gotta talk to Finn now. Kind of messed up if you're asking me.
시간이 꽤 흘렀는데도 소식이 없어요.
Sir, they still haven't responded back to us.
분명 그 도서관이라는 곳에서
Something
무슨
must
일이
have
벌어졌을 거예요.
something must have happened in that library.
쥐도새도 모르는 사이에 자취가 사라지는 해결사들은 널렸어.
Yoon. Plenty of fixers disappear without a trace.
죽었든 튀었든 간에 연락이 없다면 계약 위반으로 사무소에서 제명이야.
Whether they died or ran off, further lack of response means a violation of contract, and they're facing expulsion from my office. You don't care.
그리고 네가 말한 초대장권.
Are we the bad guys? We're definitely the bad guys. We're killing people for like no reason. I don't think there's any reason except for like their books. That's not a
종이에
reason.
서명하자 문이
I didn't read
생기고
that.
그곳으로 걸어 들어갔다니. 부자놈들의 장난이나 날개의 특이점 실험일 수도 있겠지.
And there's too little evidence to back up your claim about this invitation. A door appeared out of thin air when they signed the paper, and they disappeared into that. Could be rich people's shenanigans, or a wing experimenting with its singularity.
우리 윤 사무소에서는 그런 일에 시간 낭비 안 할 거야.
Yoon's office does not have any time to spare with things like that.
제가 아직 9급 해결사이긴 해도 이건 뭔가 다르다는 것이 느껴져요.
I might still be a grade 9 fixer, but I can sense that something's off about this.
그렇군요. 이렇게나 감이 좋으신 9급 해결사님이 이런 누추한 사무소에 고용되셔서 안타까울 따름입니다.
Oh really? How tragic that such good instincts of a grade 9 fixer are wasted on our humble office.
잘 들어 우물한 개구리. 네가 아직 모르는 미친 일들이 이 도시에서는 숨쉬듯 일어나고 있어.
Listen up, little frog in the well. In this city, insane events happen every second of the day, most of which you haven't even heard of.
무슨 일이 일어나도 이상하게 여길 여지조차 없다는 거야.
You won't have time to be feeling off about something when there's numerous other things that need your attention.
당장 눈앞에서 증거를 보여줄 수도 없는 일은 시작할 가치조차 없어.
If you can't present visible evidence right now, it's not worth looking into.
그럼 대표님 앞에 놓인 그 봉투는 뭐죠?
What about that envelope right in front of you, operator? Oh wait, did he just get one? Oh, we sent it to Yoon, not Finn? Oh, that's good.
뭐?
What?
애송이 자식. 무슨 개수작이야?
You little brat, trying to pull a cheap trick on me?
전 정말 아무것도 하지 않았어요.
I didn't do anything, I swear.
잠깐 나가 있어.
Get out for a moment. Hey, this is Yoon's office.
이번에야말로 촉이 왔어.
Got a good lead this time.
애들 붙이게 전 좀 땡겨줘.
Lend me some cash so I can hire a few. Oh, alright, so Yoon's not gonna be alone.
아니, 이번에는 느낌이 나쁘지 않다니까?
No, seriously, I have a good feeling about this.
네 말대로 허사일 수 있긴 하지.
True, it can end up feeling like you said.
내 쪽에서 한 번 더 확인해 볼 수는 있어.
I can check just one more time if you want.
썩 내키는 방법은 아니지만.
Wait, what? I don't know if I'm not reading between the lines here of what is happening. I'm not exactly fond of this method, but
그래, 적합한 녀석이 한 명
ah,
있지.
I see. I understand. Okay, so Finn's going. Yep, I have one guy fit for the job.
해결사는 사무소를 거치지 않고는 일을 시작하지도 못하나 보네.
It seems fixers must report to their office before they can even begin working.
뭐 형식상으론 그렇지. 나 같은 경우는 1인 사무소였지만 말이야.
Well, if that's formally the case, I could bypass that since I ran a one-man office though.
돈 되는 것에 덤벼드는 건 조직이나 해결사나 다를 게 없다니까.
Fixers aren't any better than syndicates when it comes to greed.
보아하니 세상 물정 모르는 꼬마까지 이용하려는 것 같고.
It looks like this guy's trying to exploit a naive kid. I'm gonna make this smaller. This game demands too much screen. So I shall become smaller.
와, 이곳이 도서관.
Put you here too. So this is a library.
그래, 대표의 말대로면 이번 일을 통해 협회 후원도 노려볼 수 있다고 했지?
Yeah, Yoon said we
제대로
might.
해보자.
Oh. Yeah, Yoon said we might even get sponsorship from an association if I succeed. I'll do my best.
환영합니다, 해결사 손님. 저는 도서관의 관장이자 사서 엔젤라입니다. 환영합니다, 해결사 손님. 저는 도서관의 관장이자 사서
Songse name.
엔젤라입니다.
She says Sungsun name. It's a very formal way to address someone. Greetings, Fixer. I am Angela, the librarian of my role's namesake.
안녕하세요. 저는 윤 사무소의 해결사
안녕하세요. Hello, I'm Finn, a fixer at Yoon's office.
저 이곳에서 정말 많은 정보가 담긴 책이라는 것을 구할 수 있는 것인가요?
Is it true that I can find books containing lots of information in this place?
네, 그럼요. 당신이 초대장을 받고 이곳에 왔다는 것은 그런 뜻이니까요.
Yes, you were given the invitation for that exact reason.
부디 당신의 책을 찾으실 수 있기를.
May you find your book in this place. Finn's weak! We're gonna kill him! Is there anything I want to change here? Let's see what Finn's card. I don't think I need to optimize for this that hard, but let's see what kind of attacks you mostly have. So blunt and piercing. So I can be if I'm fatal to slashing, he can't do anything to me. For that, at least. Okay, so I should be you. Plus I have a passive. It's pretty good. And I have to re-equip the cards. You hate to see it. Wait, I can load you. Okay, cool. So I can keep the cards. I want a bigger deck. Right now I have pretty much all most slashing damage. No piercing damage. Maybe I want to change that, actually. Not much piercing damage anyway. Scare away. Add more piercing damage. Double thrust is kind of a lot of piercing damage. Alright. Sure, I suppose. I don't need to save you, I don't think. It's fine. Okay. So I'm weak to blunt. Gotta be cognizant of Wallops. Wallop is kind of a scary card against me then. Should be okay though. I should be able to just like kind of own him immediately. Maybe I should have another if I add another, if I just replace Skitter away with another thrust, I think it'll go pretty well. I'm overthinking this so hard. This is like this combat's gonna be really easy, I think, and I'm just like. He only has 4 staggers, so oh yeah, 1 fatal. Okay, theoretically, right? Unless I'm rolling ones, that would be sad. Oh wait, no, with thrust it will for sure, 100%. This is fine. We'll just take it. I don't want to kill Finn though. I'm afraid, but I want to win. All right, let's do this. All right. Finn, you're about to get completely destroyed. So I'm going first. So on average, all right, let's turn off quick mode again. Okay, I need to see if he attacks before my second action. I don't know if that'll happen. If I roll a 1, that'll happen. We'll see. didn't happen. Oh wait, what? You blocked? Wait, what? I don't know what just happened. We clashed? And I took damage? What? I don't know what happened. Each card plays its actions out in order. Yeah, I know, I understand that, but I don't know whether he gets his first action before I get my second action. I thought that because my speed dice was higher, I would for sure go faster. But maybe that's not, I guess that's not true. You are normal to slash. This is gonna hurt if I actually take this hit, but... So we're gonna clash here, right? He rolled a 6? Ow! I just took so much damage. I'm gonna die. Okay. I see what's going on. I see what's happening. I see what's happening. Okay. I understand the game. So you're gonna roll a 2 or a 3 in the clash. And, so maybe I just roll. Maybe I just do it. I'm just gonna do focus. I'm just gonna do gut harvesting, even though it's normal. I am normal to piercing? Yeah. Okay, this is fine. I think. I should win this clash. Yeah, I mean, I'm guaranteed to at least tie the clash. You didn't die. You have 2 health. I see what's happening. I understand. I know what's going on. I think, for the most part. So actions on cards play out at the same time, and just because I rolled a higher speed die doesn't mean I go first. At least in a clash. In a 1v1, it doesn't, speed dice doesn't really matter, right?
실한. 아무리 그래도
Oh boy.
애송이 녀석이 부스러지는 것을 보는 건 유쾌하지 않구만.
Oh boy. It's not all that delightful to see such a young rookie fall like that, all things considered.
전에 네 입으로 말했잖아. 이 도시에서 이 정도는 굉장히 공평하고 점잖은 방식이라고.
You said yourself that our way is quite polite and fair before, didn't you? Dude, how is that polite and fair? It's only like polite and fair that we invite them in. That's literally the only thing that's fair. They don't know that we're gonna kill them.
도시에서는 대부분 타이에 의해 강제적으로 일어나는 일들 투성이라고 했지.
That most of the time, people's lives are taken away by others without any consent or agreement.
하지만 도서관은 달라.
The library is different.
이곳에 들어오는 손님들은 원하는 것을 얻기 위해 서명을 통한 동의와 함께 도서관에 입장한 거야.
People who enter this place have agreed to risk death to gain what they want. They even signed the paper to show such agreement. Oh! Wait, so they know the rules? Alright.
이 과정에서 그 어떤 강압도 없었지. 전부 그들의 선택과 대가야.
No coercion or compulsion is involved in this process. They make their own choice and pay accordingly.
뭐 그렇긴 한데. 그래도 이건 좀
Except,
뭔가
like, it's
치사하다는 생각이
destined to
들어서.
happen, right? That's what she said. Well, yeah, fair point, but still, it kind of feels dirty in a way. Each floor will present you with a set of assignments. Completing the assignments will unlock an abnormality battle. Oh, we obtained the Book of Finn. So how did we know? How are we supposed to know that that was the book until it actually happened? We don't know until it actually happened, right? So that's okay. Abnormality battles. When the assignments are completed for a floor, a battle against an abnormality will become available. Clearing abnormality battles will raise the floor's realization level. Oh my goodness. Alright. Hazard level. This is the library's current hazard level as perceived by the city. Raising the realization level of each floor will increase the library's presence as a threat. The library's hazard level will rise once the gauge is filled. So the game just gets harder for us? Is what I'm understanding? Or no, it'll make them less likely to accept the invitation. Is what I'm okay. Because the people will realize that the library is becoming a threat. Interesting. You can find more libraries. Yeah. Okay. Field more at library and stuff. Yeah. I don't have any more yet though. Let's burn. Okay, so let's burn this book. Let's burn one. So this is the max loot I can get from everything, but not what I will get necessarily. I think. Let's just burn two. Half-baked courage. When an ally dies, gain 1 strength the next scene. Is that actually that good? I mean, I guess it probably is good. Dodge and strike we have. Quickness I think we have. Struggle we don't have. That's a lot of block. That's actually pretty good. And then some blunt damage. Ben's page is blue, which is better than green. Rare is greater than uncommon. Did everyone start using those colors after WoW? Alright. Ben's page. It's been a while, sis. Actually, I talked to you some time ago. By myself, of course. It sounds a bit lonely, but I'm fine. Today's not going to be the same as the days before. I have good news. I finally joined an office run by this guy named Yoon and officially became a fixer. You're proud to see your precious little younger brother grow up and make it, aren't you? Isn't it cool? I told you there's no need to worry about me. I'm assuming he's talking to his sister who probably died. Oh, about Yoon's office. I think it's a really nice place. No, I'm not lying. Our operator Yoon is a bit cold, but he teaches me a lot of things. And there's also Eri, who's my senior. I've yet to be friends with her, but she seems like a good person too. For now, they're giving me small jobs like searching for lost cats. Maybe they're worried I'm too inexperienced to handle tougher stuff. It's not really fancy, but if I start out with small tasks like this and work up slowly, I'm gonna be a great fixer one day, yeah? My heart is already pumping with excitement. When I become a proud and dashing fixer, I'll buy a Nest migration ticket and get a nice new home for you. Oh, okay, never mind. Nest migration ticket. What does that mean? I could buy my gear at a workshop thanks to your help and all that. Though that's not all. You always looked after me, sis. It's kind of embarrassing to talk about this. Anyway, don't worry about me and do the things you want to do. I know you are always too busy caring for me to pursue your own interests. You offered to give me a prosthetic body or even a minor procedure the last time we met, but I'm doing fine without any of that stuff. And you got money to earn for yourself. I'm tired, so I'll be going now. I ran around the whole town chasing a cat all day. Night, sis. I hope we see each other again. Okay, that's nice. Okay, so let's check out this. That panel shows the information of the selected key page. Right. I have a key page? No, yeah, I didn't think so. Okay. When ally dies, gain 1 strength next scene. We don't have any other librarians though. So it doesn't actually do anything for us quite yet. I'd rather keep this passive for now. Alright, so what is...
처음에 내뱉은 것 치고는 얌전히 잘해주는 것 같네.
I just clicked on the abnormality battle, so we'll have to see what this means. You seem to be doing your job meekly and well for someone who complains so much.
첫인사를 그렇게 험악하게 해놓고 무슨 대답을 원하는 거야?
What else did you expect after greeting me in such a violent manner?
나라고 안 놀랐겠어? 어딘지도 모르는 곳에 덩그러니 떨어졌는데
Heck, I was shocked
만난
hard.
사람이 대뜸 팔다리부터 날렸으니
Heck, I was shocked hard. I find myself in the middle of nowhere, and the first person I meet blows off my limbs.
처음엔 막막했는데 몇 번 해보니 대충 어떻게 손님을 접대할지 알겠거든.
I was lost at first, but I get the gist of receiving guests now that I've tried it a few times.
불만이 아예 없는 건 아니지만
But I do still have a complaint.
불만?
Complaint?
그렇게 노려보네. 무슨 얘기를 못하겠어.
Sheesh, man. Again with that stare. Can't say a thing.
됐으니까 이야기나 해.
Just tell me what you mean.
아니 뭐 역시 혼자서 접대하기는 벅차단
Oh,
말이지.
we're getting another librarian. Okay, fair enough. Is it gonna be Finn? I feel like Finn makes sense because he was named and the other fixers weren't, but maybe I'm completely wrong. I mean, well, it's kind of tough to receive all the guests alone.
한 명씩 오는 놈들이면 몰라도 여럿이 몰려올 때면 저 많은 걸 어떻게 다 상대해야 하나 싶다니까.
Guests arriving one by one I can deal with, but when a whole group enters, the first thing that comes to mind is, how the hell am I supposed to fight all of them?
혼자로는 버거워질 때가 오지 않겠어? 지금이야 별거 아닌 허한 조직들이니 가능하지.
There's gotta be a point where one person is no longer enough, right? It's only working right now because all we've been facing were minor syndicates and stuff.
게다가 감정을 끌어내야 하느니 뭐니. 손님들을 그냥 죽여서도 안 된다며.
And the whole fuss about hiding emotions, you said I can't just kill the guests right away because of that. I've been ignoring their emotional stuff.
뭐야 그 묘한 표정은.
What's that odd face hinting at?
방법이 아예 없는 것도 아니지. 그게 최선일지는 모르겠지만.
There is a way, technically speaking, although I'm not certain if it's for the best.
네가 나서 보려고?
You're gonna join the fights yourself?
아니, 대신 도움을 받을 수 있는 존재가 있어.
No. There are entities that could be of help, however.
그 존재라는 게 뭔데?
And those entities are...
강력한 힘과 능력을 지니고 있었지만 지금은 겨우 숨만 붙어서 형체도 유지 못하고 있는 존재들.
The beings that used to wield tremendous strength and power, but are now too transient to maintain a physical form, hardly holding onto existence.
이 도서관에서 너와 나 말고 살아 숨쉬는 것을 본 적이 없는데.
I don't remember seeing any living being in this library other than you and me.
널 도와줄 사서들과 함께 책 속에 잠들어 있어.
Oh,
그들이
so
살기
these are the
가장 적합한
abnormalities.
장소로 만들어졌거든.
Is that what I'm reading? So if I fight the abnormalities and win, I gain a librarian? Maybe that's possible. Maybe that's what I'm reading. They're asleep inside books where the perfect environment for them is simulated, along with librarians who will be of assistance to you.
사서? 책 속의 존재?
Librarians? Entities inside books?
지금은 내가 말해준 정도만 알고 있어도 돼. 도서관이 성장하는데 도움을 줄 수 있다는 것이 중요하니까.
That's all you need to know about them for now. What matters more is that they can be useful for the library's growth.
그래, 뭐 그렇다 치고 잠들어 있는 존재라는 게 어떻게 우리를 도와주는데?
Alright, let's say that is the case. How are those sleeping entities supposed to help us exactly?
책 안으로 들어가서 갇혀있는 사서들을 꺼내오면 돼.
Ah, here we go.
아마 각자 다른 이유로 그들의 힘에 침식해 있을 거야.
You have to enter their books and free the librarians trapped within. I believe they're under the influence of the abnormalities' powers for various reasons.
그들은 매우 불안정한 상태라 우리를 믿지 못할 거고.
Since they're highly unstable, they won't easily trust us.
우리를 침입자로 생각한다는 거군.
You're basically saying they'll take us for invaders.
맞아. 그리고 만약 모든 시련을 뛰어넘는다면 그들도 너를 받아주겠지.
Correct. If you can overcome all ordeals presented by them, they will come to accept you.
너무 막연한데 지금은 엄청 약해진 상태라며 도움이 될 수 있긴 한 거야?
Instructions still unclear, ma'am. You said they're as mighty as wet paper now. You sure they can give any help?
그들이 직접적으로 손님을 대접해주는 게 아니야.
We are not making the abnormalities receive guests for us.
그들을 이해하고 받아들일 수 있다면 직접적으로든 간접적으로든 사서들에게 힘을 주는 거지.
If they can be understood and accepted, they will empower the librarians directly or indirectly.
여전히 감도 안 잡히고 아득하네.
Still too ambiguous, I've gotta say.
어쨌든 네 말은 그들이 우리에게 시련을 주고 그 시련을 이겨내야 비로소 인정받아 힘을 빌릴 수 있다는 거군.
Anyhow, what you're saying is that they'll present us with ordeals, basically, and we have to overcome them to earn their recognition and borrow their powers.
책 안에 들어간다라. 동화에나 나올 법하구만.
Entering books sounds like something out of a fairy tale.
네 말대로 손님의 감정을 최대한으로 끌어올리기 위해서는 그들의 힘이 필요하니까 아무쪼록 성공하길 바랄게.
We'll need their power to heighten the emotions of our guests to the peak after all. I wish you success in there. Okay.
예. 여부가 있겠습니까?
Sure. Anything you say, ma'am. Roland seems skeptical. Yeah, I mean, I think he just doesn't get it. Will you enter the Book of Bloodbath? Sure. Why not? Okay. Dang. Okay, so I had no idea what I was fighting. Whoops, I just got rid of that. So I couldn't actually prepare for this. Endured. He's strong against slash damage. Weak against blunt damage. Shoot, do I have much blunt? Okay. So he's gonna block from 1 to 4, 1 to 4, 1 to 4. Okay. Observing the opponent. Please click on an opposing character. Yeah, I know. What? Okay. Resistances. Okay, sure. Endured is half damage and ineffective is 0.25. Okay. I think I already understood most of this now at this point. List of passives. By selecting on the character, you can view the list of passive abilities they possess. You can read those right on the screen. Okay. Scars. Take 1 to 5 less damage from slash attacks. Blood. Lose 3 speed. Boost the max value of block dice by +3. Oh dang, that's good. So he's actually blocking from 1 to 7 on each of those dice. That's really good. So, alright, so slash attacks are bad against him. Very bad. Check their, yeah, okay. So usually, okay, so his stagger is different. Oh, his stagger is different than his health. Okay, so this is good to know. So, blunt is good against his stagger, but bad against his health. So if I want to stun him, which I don't care to stun him here because he's just blocking, necessarily. Well, maybe I do, because, well, yeah, because I'll stun him next turn. That's pretty good. Stunning just seems really good. And plus slash is really bad. So I'm just gonna dirty blow. I think it sounds correct. Oh, we even clashed. Okay, well, dang. Okay. So nothing happened that turn. And you are doing... Oh, it's still just blocking. Okay. I lost stagger. Okay, that is a good point. Because I lost the clash, right? Okay. Because I lost the second clash, rather. Oof! I need to know what I was fighting before I could change so I could change my deck. But I had no idea what I was fighting. This is so bad for me. I guess I was Pierce, right? I can back out? How do I back out? Just escape? No. Just quit? Is that good? Like, where do I go? Do I go just before the battle end? fight it out. Yeah, I was thinking I was probably just gonna fight it out. Yeah. Just thrust. You start rolling 5s, dude! Alright, I got this one. Alright. You still just blocking? Oh, you're blunt attacking me. Shoot, okay. I'm weak against blunt. 1 to 6. On hit, inflict 3 paralysis. Yikes. Well, what if I win a roll? Maybe I want this spurt. So it's basically between focus strikes or gut harvesting. If I get 3 to 6 or 3 to 5, but I get a piercing attack at the end on this one, which is actually kind of good. I need to win the clash. I'm gonna go for focus strikes just for that piercing attack at the end. Here, head home from work if I'm still on. Alright, sounds good, man. Thanks for stopping in. You rolled a 6? Are you joking me, dude? Alright, I'm about to stun him at least. He's about to be stunned. We're both about to be stunned. Okay, and you are doing... Oh, okay, 1 to 3 on each blunt attack. Okay, that's not too bad, though. And I could beat that even with... I shouldn't risk. I should just go for a stagger. Oh, I don't have all my energy back. Oh, I only get a couple energy back. Okay, I should just thrust in here. I think. We clashed! We clanked! Oh my gosh, we double clanked on ones. I'm so mad. You kidding me? That's so unlucky. Alright, please win this clash. You rolled a 1. Alright, good. Okay, I staggered him. Turn 6. Doesn't matter what my speed die is here. I have all slashing attacks. That's bummer. Huge bummer. If I block though, that saves? Is that right? Maybe I could bleed it. Bleed it? Okay, let's just do this. Oh wait, slashing is fatal? On... Did I misread you? I thought slashing was... I thought slash damage is endured. Why was it fatal? I think I'm confused. I'll need to rewatch that later. Alright, so he's gonna blunt me again with a big hit. And I like have to block this basically. Okay. I can't even play this. Oh shoot, I can only play this. Wait, so if I just like if I tank the okay, so there is reason to just tank a hit. I guess I'm gonna do this then. I don't know if this is good. You rolled a 6! 8! Aw, okay. Okay, this is bad now. I'm gonna take a lot of damage. I'm stunned here, so I can't do anything. Oh, he's just blocking. Great. Easy. Alright. Calculated. Depression again, okay. I have one... I can't even play any cards. Alright. I'm taking this full hit, so... You're doing depression again. I have 2 energy. And you're not... Okay. I just win the clash? I can't even play that. Okay. I'm thrusting. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna lose! Okay. Depression again. This is gonna be really close, actually. I thrust again. Alright, I can do this. Why? Okay. We're both at, I'm at 8 health, he's at 3 health. Alright, I can win this. I can win this one. It's just 1 to 3 each time. I can win this one. Blocked it. We clashed. Okay, we're good. Please don't use depression. Okay. Maybe I just want to like ignore this one. Cause this block is gonna be huge. I want to save energy here. Okay. Alright, Pale Hands. I can beat Pale Hands, I think. I have 2 energy. I'm gonna dirty blow this. I think I should do pretty good well here. You roll a 2. Oh my gosh, that was hard. Alright, GG. Gosh, it should be think. Okay, that was tough. Alright, so now do I need to know, do I heal fully at the end of this the next fight? Floor of General Works, realization level up. Assistant Library awoken. You now have access to new abnormality pages. The emotion level threshold has increased to 2. A new assignment has been added. Jeez, that's a lot. Blood. What am I getting here? These cards? What is this? These are abnormality pages. Blood. Unbearable depression overwhelms all who look into the bath. Single ally. Defensive dice gain 1 to 2 power. Receive receive 3 to 5 stagger damage when hit. That's bad. Stagger damage stagger damage seems worse than this defensive dice. Additional. I don't know. Scars. When I saw the lattice work of scars on her severed wrist, I was reminded of our wine cabinet. That day, I popped the cork off the last one. Single ally take 2 to 5 less damage from slash attacks when hit. Reduce the damage of the attack to 0 at a 20% chance. Ooh, this is really good. This is really good. Pale hands. Many hands float in the bath. They are the hands of the people I once loved. Oh my gosh. Single ally. After 3 successful attacks on the same target, deal 3 to 10 bonus stagger damage. Resist upon attacking a different target. It excludes mass attacks. Okay. Cool. Okay, so Basil. Basil? This game is doing you a it is kind of crazy. Assistant General Works Librarian's page. Do we share cards? We don't share cards. Okay. So I could use a different page for you. And you're using the Fixer. And I'll give you Finn. Oh, this is gonna get crazy though. Cause each librarian basically has their own deck. There's just like a lot going on here. so how do I use the abnormality pages? Oh, right here. Wait. Is this just a... Wait, I get all this? These are all passives? How does this work? Okay, I didn't get any of these additional pages. I can rematch this. Let's make a deck for this character, I suppose. So, okay, now I'm starting to see the downside of so many expensive cards. Flash damage is still good. I'll keep Dirty Blow. I have a couple of zero costs, I suppose. Evade is objectively worse than Dodge and Strike. And I guess it is rarer. Or is it not? No. Struggle's a good block card. Get rid of some piercing damage. Fight off is kind of good. Okay. Light defense, we'll keep the light defense. Okay. Okay, so. I'm just gonna say this as 1, I guess. I don't know. I could do the exact same setup for her if I wanted to. Ooh, on Clash Wind, restore a light. That's actually pretty good. Sounds kind of good at least. Maybe I want a couple of preparation in there too. I have too much slash damage, I feel like. I have a lot of blunt damage too. This is pretty fun, but it's kind of hard. There's a lot going on here. Preparation seems like kind of nice, actually. But if I am taking preparation, I should get multiple, like, bigger cards. Prep. Oh yeah, preparation's a silly card in like Hearthstone and stuff. I don't really know what I'm doing, and that's maybe okay. Oh, well, I don't know if this is good or not, and that's fine. Whoops. I do want that. Did you just unequip your deck? Are you kidding me? Yo, Mr. Fortune, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Thanks for being here. Alright, so if you... Okay, let's make the deck again. Oh my gosh. Wait. Wait, what happened to my deck? Oh, is it based on page? It is! Okay, so this Finn's page is different than this Finn's page. Okay, that's confusing. That's crazy though. Okay, I understand. Wow, okay. Alright, maybe I'll do like one more combat. If I can figure out how to advance the story. I have no idea what I'm doing. Where do I click? Oh, we need it, okay. Book of Finn. Alright. And then we... Yo! Inuyasha, you got emotes? Wait. You got that sub button? Let's go, dude. That's sick. Congrats. And good quad to you, Inuyasha, of course. Got the default Twitch game view. Nice, nice. Alright, we're gonna do this last fight and we're gonna call it good for the day, I think.
피는 역시 실패한 건가? 오래 갈 것 같은 놈은 아니었지.
Finn has failed as expected. He wasn't going to last too long anyway.
빚을 지더라도 괜찮은 개조 시술이라도 받거나 재능이라도 출중해야 했어.
He was just mediocre. He should have gotten a decent modification surgery, or had enough talent to make up for his lack of experience. Just have more talent, Finn. Come on. It's so easy.
하지만 결국 그 무엇 하나 없는 분수를 모르는 놈이었을 뿐이지.
But he didn't have any of that. He was nothing more than an overconfident brat.
싹싹하고 귀염성 있어서
Oh,
마음에
Eri.
들었었는데
This is
아쉽네.
his senior, his senpai, if you will. Too bad. I kind of liked his affable and cutesy attitude. Affable.
근데 곧 죽을 녀석이었다는 것은 나도 동의.
Though I agree, he was bound to die sooner or later.
그나저나 축하한다. 8급 해결사가 되었으니 선택지가 좀 생겼겠어.
Congratulations, by the way. You must have more options now that you're a grade 8 fixer.
그래. 그러니까 조심하라고. 두둑이 안 챙겨주면 적당한 사무소로 이적할 수도 있으니까.
Yep, so you better be careful. If you don't pay me well enough, I might move to another office.
요즘 사무소 월세는 물론이고 세금 내는 것에도 허덕인다며?
Heard that you're barely covering your own taxes these days, let alone the monthly rent for this office space. Am I wrong?
안 그래도 핀에게 맡긴 일이 그 답으로 보여.
I believe the case I had Finn handle could make a breakthrough.
아까 말했던 도서관과 초대장 말이구나?
You mean the library and the invitation you talked about earlier?
그런데 어떻게 얻는지도 모르고 갑자기 솟아난 물건이라면서?
Well, you said the invitation appears randomly, no? How are you going to get another one?
확실하지 않으면 부르지도 않았어. 여기 또 다른 초대장이 왔었다.
I wouldn't have called you if I didn't have certainty. I recently received another invitation.
그렇다는 거지?
Is that so?
이번 일은 우리 사무소에 사활이 걸린 건이야.
The existence of our office depends on this case.
도서관은 분명 돈이 된다. 이건 내 촉이지. 그러니 가능한 모든 걸 투입할 거야.
The library is sure to be profitable. I have a hunch, so we're giving it everything we have.
그래, 한번 팔자 펴보자고. 안 그래도 이번에 공방에서 괜찮은 놈을 거금을 들여서 데려왔지.
Alright, let's roll in some dough. I just bought this lovely thing here from a workshop too. What kind of weapon is that?
손님들의 각오가 대단하네. 이쪽도 그에 못지않은 준비를 해야겠어.
These guests seem quite determined. We should prepare accordingly.
사무소 단위로 이곳에 오다니.
A whole office coming at us, huh?
떨거지 사무소로 해도 지금 도서관의 수준을 보면 각오 좀 해야겠는데.
It may be a small and insignificant one, but it could prove to be a little tough for the library right now.
만약 녀석들이 네가 있는 곳까지 도착하면 어쩌냐?
What if they make it all the way to your room?
손님들은 준비된 방 이외의 곳으로 갈 수 없어. 그렇게 되어 있는 곳이야.
The guests cannot act outside of the space we've prepared for them. It's how this place works.
꽤 창대한 힘에서 비롯된 공간이니까.
After all, the space is created with limitless power.
그런데 넌 신기하게도 내가 있는 방으로 왔지. 초대마저 받지 않았는데 말이야.
Yet you somehow jumped right into my room, right when you weren't even invited.
그리고 나도 내 몸을 지킬 힘 정도는 있어.
Anyways, I'm capable of protecting myself, so there's nothing for you to worry about. Is she gonna be the final boss? Itty bitty living space.
환영합니다, 손님.
Greetings, dear guests.
네가
Oh, they
이곳의
came together.
주인이겠군.
Alright. You must be the owner of this place.
딱히 강해 보이지도 않는걸?
She doesn't even look that strong.
이곳에 왔던 핀이라는 녀석은 어떻게 됐지?
Finn must have been here earlier. What happened to him?
그 손님은 책이 되셨습니다.
Ah, that one has become a book.
죽으면 책이 된다는 건가?
I see, so you turn into a book if you die here.
실패할 것을 알면서 보내놓고 이제 와서 감상에 젖으신 건가요?
Acting all sentimental when you were the one who sent him here, knowing he'd fail?
닥쳐. 어차피 알면서 이용당하고 버려지는 게 우리의 삶이니까.
Shut up. We all get exploited and abandoned at some point in our lives. So it's actually a graveyard? Not exactly. They could defeat us in a fight, and then we become the books, I guess. And then I don't know what happens to them. I don't know, we haven't lost a fight yet, so I have no idea what would happen.
부디 당신의 책을 찾으실 수 있기를.
May you find your book in this place. I guess I can't really say I know what's happening in the story. Why? Like, I don't know why people are actually coming to this library. I guess they're all just selfish, so it seems like that they really want to get something out of the library, even if it's at a risk. Some receptions are composed of multiple acts. You can check the number of acts in the reception here. Okay, 2 acts. So what does that mean? So you are weak to slash damage and blunt damage. So blunt damage is pretty good here. And we have two as well here. So what does this mean? Battle order. Visual indicators for the number of acts in their order can be found here. Up to 3 librarians can participate. Up to 3. Okay. I don't know what these mean in here. I've only ever had this available to me. Well, regardless, let's begin, I guess. We don't really have much to adjust at the moment. This game is really cool though, Inuyasha. There's a lot of information that comes to you at once, but it's actually pretty neat once you start understanding. Team emotion level. As your emotion levels of characters rise, the overall emotion level of the teams they belong to will be heightened as well. When your team's emotion level goes up, you may choose an abnormality page to use at the beginning of the next scene. Oh, okay, gotcha. So that's what the abnormality pages are for. Okay. 2 types of abnormality pages, blue and red. Awakening and breakdown. Awakening pages typically consist of purely beneficial effects for the user. Breakdown pages offer powerful effects that come with drawbacks. I see. Each floor offers a different set of abnormality pages to choose from, and the likelihood of each type of page being presented depends on the ratio of positive and negative emotion points that the team has built up. Okay. I'm not cut out for taking the lead. How long do we have to fight them? It's fine. We shouldn't have any trouble dealing with those enemies. Alright, let's do this. I want to know who Basil is. You haven't had anything yet. Oh damn, we both rolled 4s. Get destroyed. So they're both attacking and rolling. Okay. This guy's evading for 1 to 4, then attacking for 1 to 4. Oh, this is doing a double thrust. Okay. They both have 8 stagger, so I could maybe stun them? Remember that I go first, or at least Basil goes before this person. So actually Basil's action here is really strong. Basil, or this character is very weak to slash damage. Okay. I'm just gonna destroy you. And then that should cover that. She'll lose her turn. Wait, there's a clash here? Wait, wait, you switch your target? You switched your target after, wait. How do I remove the card? Ah, so you attack whatever attacks you. Oh, the enemy will adjust who they're attacking if you attack them. I see. Okay. I see. Understood. Okay, so you're no longer attacking. So they're both no longer attacking Golem. And you're gonna, what are you doing? You're evading for 1 to 4 and then attacking for 1 to 2. And you are fatal again. You're very weak to blunt damage. What if I just struggle? Are you weak to slash? You're normal against slash? I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna gut harvest. Alright. See how this goes? You remember taking an interest in the game? We saw Deadpan play it. Yeah, Deadpan really likes it. I do remember that. So, you dodged for 1, and I'm gonna surely beat that. You attack for 2, and I'm surely gonna beat that. You're staggered, okay? You rolled your attack, attacking for 3, and I'm surely gonna beat it or tie it. Nice, and you're stunned, and you're dead. You're dead. Okay. I don't want to die. I want to live. Okay. Oh, select abnormality page. Okay. So now I can just choose one of these. I guess pale hands, because I think, well, actually let's just attack actually. Okay. After, oh, maybe not. Maybe I didn't want this, because I can't do 3 successful attacks, I don't think. At least not before the fight's over. After 3 successful attacks on the same target, deal 3 to 10 bonus stagger damage. And please select an librarian. They're both out of energy, so sure. Oh no, we get our energy back. The hands of ones that you love. Perhaps we loved are rested inside. I just lost my precious companion. What am I gonna do now? Well, that was nothing. I can kick their ass with the flick of my pinky. Alright, Basil. Dude, we don't roll double 4s. And you're staggered. You're done. You're weak to blunt damage. Okay, you're just dead. I guess I'll attack? I don't know. So how do I get your emotional state higher? I don't even know. That was Act 1, right? Remaining acts is... Yeah, so we have another act. We still have all our health, or do we keep our health between the fights? We didn't get hit, so it didn't actually matter. Let's just go again. Act 2. There's no need to drag on here for let's end this neatly. You see, if anyone ever hits me, I hit him twice to even up the score. It's fine, we shouldn't have any trouble dealing with those enemies. Alright, stay calm and cool your head. Dude, why am I rolling only 4s? What is this? You're very weak to slash damage, Yoon. And, okay, Aries still very weak to blunt damage. Cool. Slash damage? Are you about to die? You're weak to blunt damage. Yes. I have no blunt damage, but could pierce you? Sure. Let's do it this way. Emotion level, my emotion level stay. I lost the abnormality card though. Oh, what? What? Alright, I'm mad. Alright, finally didn't roll a 4. That's insane. You're almost staggered. So if you attack her, oh yeah, this seems to happen, I think. Okay, so we go at the same time. So she's gonna attack Basil at the same time I'm attacking her. Is that how it works? You're gonna dodge 1 to 9. Wow, that's actually crazy. That's, dude, the card is called You're Too Slow. That's amazing. I want to block the second hit, so okay. Let's try this. Ow! Ow! So, okay, so she went first. Interesting. You... Okay, oh, I'm not blocking that, so... I'm doing... I get this again? Okay. She's staggered. She should die. So you're gonna attack Roland first. No, no, she just goes first, straight up. All right. You have 10 health left. I can't deal 10, I don't think, really. Unless... Oh, everything's fatal. Okay, good. Let's try and kill her. Then... You need to block. The first hit, at least. So how does this work? Okay, let's just see how this works here. So I want to see. Okay, so So right now this guy has. Roland has a defend, a block, and then a slash, and then you have a pierce and a block. So will the block and the pierce go at the same time? They should, I think. You're dead. I think that worked out the way I wanted it to. Ouch. Wow, you're fast now. Okay. So you're just getting hit. Right? You just take 1 to 2 now. May as well just slash damage then. Oh, you're dead. Oh no, okay. So if they're clashing, it doesn't matter their speed. Okay. Oh, you're dead. Alright, got it. That was fun. Book of... So many books.
훌륭해. 특히 윤이라는 손님에게는 의미 있는 책이 나올 것 같아.
Excellent. This guest named Yoon could make an especially valuable book for us.
전부 불에 뛰어드는 나방이야.
They're all like moths diving into flames.
윤이라는 녀석도 이것저것 머리 굴리는 것 같았지만 얻고자 하는 것을 위해 앞뒤 안 보고 불길로 뛰어들었잖아.
That Yoon guy seemed like a clever sort, but even he ended up blindly jumping into the fire to get what he wanted.
한 번 눈 떠버린 욕망은 걷잡을 수 없이 밀려 들어와. 오래전에 들은 말이지.
Once you've had a taste of desire, it comes in like an unstoppable wave. It's a quote I heard a long time ago.
하지만 과연 그 욕망이란 것이 진실된 것일까?
But is that desire true to one's heart?
너 웃긴다. 돌려 말하지 말라고 했으면서 자기가 뜬구름 잡는 소리 하네.
Well, aren't you funny? You said you despise roundabout speech, and now you're being all poetic.
어딘가에 사서님이 들었으면 팔다리 한 짝씩 날려버릴 만큼의 의미 부여된 말이었어.
10 out of 10 delivery. A certain librarian I know would have taken an arm and a leg off if she heard that.
책이나 분류하도록 해.
Get back to sorting books. Alright.
엔젤라 말대로
Oh, we're not done
정말
yet.
층이
Okay.
확장됐군.
It's just as Angela said, we really got another floor to the library.
안녕, 난 롤랑이.
Hi there, my name's Rolet.
엔젤라, 난
Malkuth.
아직도 용서할 수 없어.
Patron librarian history. What does that mean? Angela, I still can't forgive you.
엔젤라, 넌...
Angela, you...
그 이야기라면 전에 끝났어.
I thought we were already done with that topic.
넌 잠자코 내게 협력하면 되는 거야.
You simply need to cooperate without complaints.
그런 거래였잖아.
That was the deal, remember?
그리고 모처럼 얻은 피가 흐르는 몸을 즐기도록 해봐.
And try to appreciate that fleshy body of yours you finally earned back.
인간의 몸을 줬다고 내가 기뻐할 것 같아?
Did you really think you could make me happy by just giving me a human body?
잊지 마. 난 너에게 찬성 못한다는 걸.
Don't forget, I still don't agree with you.
그러던가.
As you wish.
숨 막혀 죽는 줄 알았네.
Damn, that was tense.
안녕하세요. 역사 1층을 맡은 지정사서.
Hello there, I'm the patron librarian in charge of the floor of history. I see. Oh, there's a dash there.
말쿠트예요.
Malkuth. Malkuth?
말쿠트예요. 말쿠트예요.
Does not sound like that. Okay.
다행히 기운 없어 보이진 않네.
You seem lively at least.
무슨 일 있었어?
Well, what's going on just now?
엔젤라와 아직 풀리지 않은 문제가 있어요.
I have some unfinished business with Angela.
하지만 제 생각이 어떻든 전 엔젤라가 하라는 대로 해야죠.
You probably heard bits of it, but I have no choice but to follow her orders, no matter how I feel.
나랑 마찬가지네. 이유는 좀 다른 것 같지만.
I'm in the same shoes as yours, though we seem to have ended up here for different reasons.
그래서 내가 무엇을 해야 할까?
So what can I do for you?
롤랑 씨는 저에게 책을 가져다 주시면 돼요.
You can bring me books, Roland.
저는 역사의 층을 담당하고 있으니 롤랑 씨가 준 책 중에서 역사에 관련한 책을 분류하고 습득하는 거죠.
Since I'm in charge of the floor of history, I'll be sorting the books you bring and collecting those that are about history.
그렇게 받은 책을 사서가 읽고 점차 층과 도서관이 성장하는 거예요.
Us librarians will then read the collected books, gradually making our floors whole and completing the library itself as an extension. Alright.
자연스럽게 잠들어 있는 층과 그곳의 지정사서들도 깨어나는 거죠.
And we'll naturally get to unlock more floors and awaken their patron librarians in that process.
다른 사서들은 잠들어 있단 건가?
So the other librarians are asleep for now?
네,
Yes, they are.
대충 알겠어. 아까 화내던 것 치고는 굉장히 밝네.
I get the gist of it. You're surprisingly bright for someone who was so upset moments ago, by the way.
괜히 불똥 떨어질까봐 걱정했거든.
I was kind of worried I might have to endure some of that wrath.
사정이 어떻든 제가 해야 할 일은 열심히 해야죠.
I can't let my personal affairs get in the way of work now.
엔젤라와 저희의 문제는 당장 연례도 해결할 수 없거든요.
I still have my problems with Angela, but it's not like getting mad about it will do me any good.
저는 저 나름대로 일을 열심히 해야 할 이유도 있고요.
I've got my own reasons to do my best with this work too.
오케이. 그럼 한번 잘해보자고.
Okay then, let's give it our best shot.
네,
Yeah! Yeah! Alright. Floor of History open, level 1. You can now select the floor of history during reception. A patron librarian has awoken. A new assignment has been added. Floors with open doors. This middle portion allows you to navigate the information of the floors that are currently available. I see. More floors will be unlocked when certain conditions are met. New librarians are shown on new floors. Oh, do I play as her then on this floor? As in, I don't play as Roland anymore on this floor? Oh, that's kind of cool though. What's on this floor? You can view the information on the newly opened floors for here. You can check the librarian's floor assignments and abnormality pages. Okay. Alright, we're just gonna call it good for now. But that was fun. It's cool. Really cool game. Alright. We'll play more of this next time, I think. There's still a lot to really understand about the game, I feel like. Holy crap. This game is actually kind of crazy, though. Alright. GG's, everyone. Thanks for being here. I hope you guys have a great day. Great rest of your weekend. I don't know when I'll be streaming this again. Probably just next Saturday. Oh, wait, no. Next Saturday, I won't be streaming this. Next Saturday, guys, I think I'm going to stream Celeste. I might do a little bit of Moonberry attempts. And by that, we might be getting to the Moonberry attempts. Because the path to the Moonberry is a thing on its own. So that's kind of hard. But then if we get frustrated or want to quit that early, maybe like half an hour to an hour, we'll do the new Strawberry Jam mod. And that sounds really cool. I have that ready to go and everything, so yeah. So yeah, sounds good. But this is really fun. I'll probably continue this game in like 2 weeks then. Alright. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.